And we are live. Hello and welcome to the October Patron stream. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's had a good Monday. Let me see who's with me here tonight so far, and then we'll bring on the panel and start talking the talk. We've got Grim Glenn here with us tonight. What's up, Grim Glenn? We got DJ here with us tonight. What's up, DJ? We got Horror the Explorer. We got Dream Emulator. Matt, what's up, dude? Hop on if you can. I miss your pretty face. We've got Quentin Loves Trains and Horror Movies. We got Future Dead Campa. We got Entertainment Wizard. We got Dave here in the chat. We got Dylan. We got Corey. We got Geriatric Geek here with us tonight. Bill, what's up, man? How are you? We've got your Lord God here. Wow. Honor to have you here with us tonight, sir. Got Michael Sullivan here. We got RJ Skarinki, Brian Trash, Melissa. Got Envy Davler watching over on Twitch. Got Horror Orman watching over on Twitch. Got Melissa here. Mrs. Erica Lauren Horn Mason is here. Your bad Michael Myers mask made me chuckle. Thank you. I'm glad. Got Andy here with us tonight. God Tank. I like that name. Witch Hunt is here. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to start bringing some folks on and dive into talking about some movies. Joining me tonight first, making his first appearance in some time, we've got Christian here. What's up, Christian?
Hey, Pizzo. Happy to be here, man.
How you been?
Doing good. Got a nice little chunk of good weather right now. I'm enjoying it because pretty soon, I'll be getting frostbite like the rest of the world. But it's nice, man. I went running this morning at like 5 or 6, and it was like 68, 70. I mean, it was. I didn't even want to stop.
Yeah.
So it was really great. So I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, we've had some really good weather here in Kentucky here lately too. I mean, I had to get out the crack out the jacket the other day. I was like, damn, it's toasty. It's looking and feeling fall here. The trees are changing colors, and it's just
Enjoy it while we can. Is this what you like when you start to just get older? Like I used to make fun of people that would talk about the weather, but now it's like the first thing I bring up to people. How about this weather?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's on everybody's minds.
It's the little things.
It's little things. You got to know how to dress. You get up in the morning.
That's right. So, that's it. Happy to be here, man.
All right, cool. Also joining me tonight, we have got Swaggy G. What's up, Swaggy G?
Hey, what's up, Piz? Hello, Christian.
How you doing,
man?
Sir?
Good. That's funny you mentioned the weather. As you get older, you start to pay more attention to that.
You got to. I mean, you got to,
This year, too, it has been some crazy weather. It's been obviously really hot, but yeah, now it's starting to cool off.
Well, I mean, you get older, you get more sensitive to cold weather. You get those old bones. You know what I mean? They can't handle the cold.
Your viewers are like, "What the hell are they talking about?" Something interesting.
No, look,
we've got a mature audience here.
Alex thinks it's cool, so that's all that matters.
I do like the shirt though, Piz.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. But Swaggy, you're doing well.
Oh yeah, I can't complain, man. Doing great. I've been watching a ton of movies. So
okay, nice. You're in the. I'm guessing romantic comedies, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I shoot for.
I know that's what you're into. A lot of Sandra Bullock movies from like the 90s, that era, Sandra Bullock,
Oh man, Nicholas Sparks, The Notebook.
Oh.
Why didn't you write me?
Oh,
jeez. Ryan Gosling. Oh,
Miss Congeniality is a favorite of mine.
I just,
Michael Caine.
Every morning I wake up and I hope to look out the window and see Ryan Gosling standing in rain outside the window waiting for me. It just never
With
happens.
a rough beard.
Yeah. I mean, someday. But good to see you, Swaggy. Always a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Also joining me tonight, we've got Lauren. What's up, Lauren?
I'm not going to talk about the weather.
Let's talk about Ryan Gosling some more.
I think I might have seen him in something at some point.
Mm.
Maybe just on a train or a plane.
And you fell in love instantly.
Love?
Yes, it's Ryan Gosling, for God's
sake. Define that word.
It's when you look at. Okay, so in the form of when it comes to another love between two humans, it's like you look at that person and you just go, I just want to embrace them. So I just want to love them so hard that I kill them.
Well, I've felt part of that. No, listen, you know what the most amazing thing is, and this isn't the weather actually, but it's last few years, and I mean by few I mean ever. Mm-hmm. It seems like we haven't gotten a good leaf changing fall, and we have that up here this year. It's absolutely gorgeous fall for foliage. Really cool. My goji tree actually turned for the first time this year. Usually it's just green and then it's gone. Mm-hmm. But this year it turned bright yellow. Mm. And it's a tree. I should have brought one of the leaves in. The leaves are just like bigger than my head, and it's just gorgeous. And all my trees are red and orange behind me, and it hasn't looked this beautiful since I've lived here, certainly. And I love the season more than I love the holiday. And I think we've discussed this, me and you, before, but like the day's a day and it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's really the whole month, which probably begins last week of September straight through. And it's really those little things. I love pumpkins being on sale in those huge cardboard tins at the supermarkets. I love the foliage change. I love just walking outside and feeling that first brittle morning where you're like, God damn it, maybe I do need a coat. It's not because of the weather. It's a vibe. It's a feel.
Yeah.
And I associate with lots of. I love seeing it's weird. I love seeing the school buses back on the road at this point in the year. There's just something about the time. You know, it's certainly my warm spot right before winter comes in and I start getting depressed as fuck.
Right.
Well, that's my favorite kind of Lauren, to be honest with you, is the December Lauren.
Really? He might not be here tomorrow, Lauren.
The one I'm like, hey, Lauren, how you doing? Dude, just fuck off and leave me alone.
You all pretty much need to die right now.
It's been a long December.
That's coming very shortly.
I can't wait.
But yeah, I mean, I concur. This is my favorite time of year, of course, and it's for the holiday, of course, and it's also just I love the weather. I love everything about it. So, and yeah, and October's practically over already. You know what I mean? It's going to be Halloween.
You're going to push me there even earlier, aren't you?
Oh, I'm just saying this whole month is just raced by. It seems like it's crazy.
It has. It's been a very busy period for me. A lot of people like everything from the channel to just my reading. I just don't have time for anything. Yeah. It's amazing, and it's all going to slow down, and then I'm going to miss this pace. I mean, I got to see Bride of Frankenstein in the movie theater this month, right? There's not a more perfect way to spend an evening, and that wouldn't happen if this month didn't exist. So
yeah, exactly. That's right. October is a state of mind. Yes. All right. Right on. Speaking of Texas, we're going to bring on probably the tallest man in Texas. My money's on him, and that's Chris. What's up, Chris?
Doing good, sir. Doing good. Probably the tallest, not the tallest in my general town city area, because I live near the Spurs, and there's a couple of people who are taller than me.
Okay.
So I'm in the top 0.0001% of tallness in Texas, or at least this area, but not like the tallest.
What about in heels?
I haven't found my size yet, but I am always looking. If you see any size 18 men's heels, yes.
Don't be shocked if I send them to you.
Okay, I'll wear them for you.
Well, not for me. I don't like this. I don't like the exact wording there.
Yeah. That's weird.
I'm sorry, Sam. Lauren sent me these heels. I have to wear them for him.
They're size 15. I mean,
18 is what I need.
Oh, Jesus, God. You're not fine. I don't know if you're finding heels in men's size 18. Jeez. Good God. You got to get those specially made.
It's 2023. They're out there.
Oh, well, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Do you ever get mistaken for like a member of the Spurs? Does anybody ever go, so what position do you play?
Sometimes, actually, a couple of jobs I had decade ago, actually helped sponsor the Spurs. So I actually went for the volunteer donation stuff. It was like a charity event kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I showed up there. At the time, there was another guy on the team who looked a lot like me, but just completely ginger, not this kind of partial ginger. And so I had people convinced I was his long-lost brother here to meet him.
That's funny. That's funny.
And then it's also funny because for the charity event, the little centerpieces of the tables, they would have like old shoes that players couldn't wear anymore. And so everyone's like, "Oh wow, how big is this shoe?" I was like, "Oh, it's 16." I was like, "Oh shit, I wish I could fit that."
Oh, good. So how's the weather down in Texas?
Warm, but not as warm, thankfully. But like Lauren, I do like this time of year because it's almost like, for me, it's like Christmas morning of weather, or no, the Christmas Eve for weather, where it's like, oh, I know, cool times are happening soon. I'm just excited for them to get here.
Right, yeah. All right, we've got a full house now. We've got 2 more people in the green room here tonight, and we've actually got another very tall Chris in the waiting room. So we may have to have like a duel of the heights. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
Weather.
That's this whole episode's going to be about the weather.
Exactly.
What's going on, guys?
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Trying to enjoy the best season of the year.
Yeah. Right on. Well, let me bring on, we've got one more person in the green room. I'm going to bring him on, and then let's just talk about the season. And let's talk about our traditions. Let's talk about what we're doing this year for Halloween. Let's just get into full-on Halloween mode, shall we? And we have got here for the very first time, Quentin. What's up,
yes.
Quentin?
Hey, man. What's up?
How are you doing?
Hi, man.
It's good to see you.
Very good.
How's everything going?
Hey, Christian.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Great. So on Saturday, I went to a haunted corn maze, and I was dressed up as Isaac from Children of the Corn.
Perfect. How was it?
Yeah. It was great. It was really cool.
Did you scare anybody?
Yes, I did.
Good.
I went with some really cool kids.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like a good time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do something like that.
Yeah, man.
I've been to a couple of, they were just corn mazes. They weren't necessarily haunted, but they're fun. Jeremy likes them, and it's just cool to be in the corn,
Well, how tall is the corn? Can I look over it to see the end path of the maze?
You
probably
might
just
be able to, yeah.
It's just an inconvenience for you, Chris.
We need you there. Like, how do we get out of here? It's over there. Just walk this way.
They'd have to kick you out, dude.
They would, yeah. Well, has anybody?
Man, yeah.
Has anybody been to any haunted attractions this year so far? Haunted houses, just haunts in general. Anybody still do that?
I like to. I don't do it near as much as I'd like to do it, but I enjoy it when I do. It's been a couple years for me, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
We have a place called Netherworld.
Hey, Piss, have you been to an abandoned haunted house? Like in an abandoned place?
No. No.
Does my conscience count?
Yes.
What were you saying,
Oh, man.
Swaggy? It's called Nether what?
Netherworld. It's about. I'm here in Georgia, and it's about an hour from where I live, and it's a big production. They do it every year. It has 2 sections to it, but they change it up every year. They hire actors, and it takes you about 30 minutes to walk through it, but it's really something to see.
Oh, that's cool. Anybody else?
Yeah.
No Hans for me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Uh,
My buddy bought one.
Um,
I used to be in a band with, but he's redoing the whole thing and moving it. He bought a big plot of land, and hopefully he's going to have it back next year. And I was working for him. I got to run the chainsaws. You know, they take the chains off and stuff, and you just scare people with them. And that was
mhm.
that was so fun. I love doing that. So hopefully next
Christian-
year, if everything goes good.
Dude, I
Have you
saw
ever been
that.
to
I
the-
heard about that, Christian. I saw it like when you on the pumpkin carving show.
Hell yeah.
what were you saying, Chris?
I was just gonna ask Christian, have you been to the one that Phil Anselmo like owns or is a part owner
House of Shock.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd love that.
I heard
Yes,
that one's
and I'll
insane.
never do it again. It's way too scary for me. I can't even lie, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of a chicken with that stuff, and you have to sign waivers. My brother loves it. He loves it. There was one room in there, and I remember the last time he went, he goes, Christian, they had the scariest room I'd ever seen in my life. I was like, well, what was it? And he goes, you go through these rooms, and there's all kinds of insane stuff. They don't mind messing with religion too, so they'll take statues of Mary and just have blood dripping out of the eyes and just really offending people, which is awesome. But he said, Christian, the scariest thing was in the middle of the House of Shock, there was a white room with bright lights, nothing in it. It was just a white room, and you have to just walk through it. And he goes, Christian, I don't know what it was. It was the scariest thing ever. Nothing happened. You literally open the door. It's this bright white room, and you walk out the other side. Nothing happens. There's nothing in there, but my anxiety was so high with it. And I was like, really? He goes, I'm telling you, you just have to do it.
It's that
But there's no way I'll ever
anticipation,
do it.
man.
Yeah. But there's House of Shock, and there's something else. 13th Gate is down south. That's a really good one too. But I don't know, man. I can work at them. I can be behind the curtain, so to speak. But man, I get scared easily with that kind of stuff. I really do. So I don't know if I'll ever go again. I don't know.
What about Horror Nights, Universal Horror Nights? Has anybody ever been to one of those?
It's on my bucket list.
Mm.
I just want to hit the shops there, man.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's what would get me, man.
Mm.
I'd go
No.
crazy.
spend all my money on that.
They're fun. They're fun. I've been a few times, and it's a good time. Get the line skipper thing though, if you wanted to try and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Yeah, long lines, and just pray there's no hurricanes. I was there one time and practically in the middle of a freaking hurricane, so that added some atmosphere to the events.
What houses were there when you went? Because I remember one year they had a Halloween 4 specific house.
That yeah, there was. Oh gosh, well, see, when I went several years in a row, and it was right in the midst of like The Walking Dead's popularity. So every year they had a Walking Dead house. And of course they had like the big marquee houses, like they had a Halloween house, they had like a bunch of different movie themed houses, but it was the just the like the non-affiliated houses that were always kind of the best. Like the Halloween one was cool because like at one point Loomis jumps out of a closet and just starts shooting at you, and then he starts screaming, I shot him 6 times, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, which was cool. There was one, I think it was about the La Llorona. This was before the movie came out, but it was about the La Llorona thing, and like you were walking down this hallway and you were in this like cylinder. It was like in Nightmare 4, where you're walking down a long hallway, you're inside of a cylinder and it's spinning. And like it's so because you're just walking straight. But you were on like one of those bridges that's kind of wobbly. So I mean, it was completely disorienting. It just felt like you were it was really cool. And like they had like water under you, and like they were like baby dolls floating in the water, and Yeah, they'd really gone all out on that one. That was one of the best ones I recall. Yeah, I think the houses that were more linked to like the movies, they just kind of went, well, we'll just throw Michael. Like there was one year, like there was an Alien versus Predator house, and like you just had people jumping out at you as aliens and predators. Like,
So it's probably cute for a few minutes, and then it's just
yeah. It's like, okay, so the gimmick is somebody's going to jump out at you as an alien, but it's not like there's no atmosphere really or suspense. It's just like, oh, there's somebody dressed as Predator.
I don't think Lauren's interested in that. Maybe he is. I don't know.
So yeah, but as far as haunts are concerned, I know they used to do some around here. I've not seen any advertised this year though. I don't know what the deal is with that. A lot of the churches in this area, they would do haunted hay rides, but they were religious themed. I'm sure you guys probably, Chris, I'm sure you probably have that in your area.
Oh yeah.
I went on one of those one year, and I got to tell you, it was pretty. It was pretty frightening. I'm not gonna lie, it really was. There was one point in the hayride where where there was a woman like tied to a tree screaming, and like her quote unquote mother was standing over her, and her mother was supposed to be in heaven while the girl was in hell being tortured. And the little girl was screaming, "Mommy, mommy, save me, save me, save me." And the mommy was going, "Well, I can't because you didn't believe in Jesus." And I just was like, "Holy whoa,
great, actually."
Yeah, it's like this girl was going all out. Like she was screaming and crying like she was being ripped apart by demons or whatever. And the mother's just like, "I'm sorry, honey, I can't. You didn't follow the word of Christ." It's just like cold as hell like that too. It's like, damn, you know what I mean? I was like, let's get the hell out of here. Like this is they're going to tie my ass.
Southern religion.
That is the classic.
That's
Southern,
the moment that changed your life forever.
that is that Southern Baptist hellfire and brimstone kind of stuff, man. You just
and that's when I accepted Lord. That's my
little kid was like, well, I better believe in Jesus, I guess.
Yeah, that's like, let's get out. They're gonna have my ass strapped to that tree next. Let's get out of here. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but here's the thing. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that there's rock and roll in heaven. And if there is, it's like fucking Striper and Petra. And I'm not interested.
It left with Lucifer, right? He took it all.
Absolutely. So if you want me to live in a place with out good music,
what do you got against Striper?
I'm just gonna let that hang.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure heaven also has Jethro Tull.
Exactly. You know Jethro Tull is going to be in heaven.
Exactly.
I'll pass on. That's where you lose me. Yeah. I can take Striper, but not Jethro Tull.
You want a guy standing on one leg playing the violin?
Oh God!
No, that is hell. That is hell. You get to hell. That's the soundtrack.
No,
of hell.
You know, hell is probably just like fucking Journey on repeat.
Well, hell for Lauren would be going through a Blumhouse haunted house theme, like just repeating.
It's not called America movie. Today.
Yeah. Well, welcome to hell.
Oh, jeez.
I did hear that movie passed up $100 million globally.
It did.
Which one?
It did. Exorcist Believer. Yeah, it's well on its way to making that money back.
It's not though.
Oh, listen, it's on its way. It's on its way. Just give it another 150 years.
I heard is that 107?
So stop, people. Stop with the global box office number. That money is split up so many ways that it doesn't go back to the production. It's a fraction. It's a fraction that goes back to the actual people who made the movie. It's the domestic box office is the game. The world box office has nothing. It'll feed the distribution chains worldwide, but it's a whole different thing. I see too many YouTubers conflate the box office with the global box office as if it's the same thing, and it's not. It's just not. In some countries, literally 80% will go either to government taxes or the local distributor and not back to the production house. That's not a win. I don't know if this film was a big hit. I still don't know if it could make its money back. To be honest, it's that bad a deal. Even if it was a great film and it was really successful, it probably is not making that nut back, because you got to remember that's an investment. There is a implied return on your investment built in. So 400 million for the rights, 30 million for the film itself, production, probably another 25 million for the ad spend on the film, right? But that has to come out of profit. So when you go and buy a ticket, it's not like the whole 15, 16, whatever it costs is going back to the studio. The exhibitor has his 40%. When you get those box office numbers, it's a whole gross number. This film is never getting it back in the green, ever.
But Dream Emulator brings up a great point. They've got 2 more cracks at it.
Yeah, but after this film, how do you think those cracks are going to go? I mean, will people go back to the theater after how badly this was received this quickly? Give it 10 years, sure, but they don't have 10 years to make these things.
Well, and speaking of which, Believer's already going to be on digital, like I think tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is quick.
Which will completely kill its theatrical presence, meaning this film will not hit 60 million at the box office. So no matter how you cut it, I mean, there is a very good chance that Saw X will surpass it in its theatrical run. That should not happen. A marquee value title like The Exorcist running with the 10th entry in a latter day series, this shouldn't be even a competition, but it is. And that's pretty low stakes. The fact that The Nun 2 opened bigger than Exorcist will do. Kind of crazy, right?
Mm. How many of us here have seen Exorcist Believer? So just 2. Okay.
I'm really jealous of all the rest of you.
I know.
So
I have to see it for my birthday.
So, Lauren, I don't know your thoughts on the movie.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm assuming you didn't like it just based on.
I loathed it. It was a horrible film. Just misses everything that makes Exorcist. And even if you abandon all that and just wanted to see it as its own thing, it doesn't work as a movie. Ellen Bernstein's character is completely irrelevant. It's a 7-minute cameo that goes nowhere. There's no emotional stakes. You can't like any of the people really. It abandons Christianity as the central theme of the film, which kind of is the entire Exorcist thing. It's not Catholic. The demon scenes are all, I mean, the makeup looks good, but are all pretty cringy. It's all pale imitation. It means nothing. And there's a really dumb thing at the end that hurt my head so badly after a film of things that hurt my head. I didn't think they could top themselves in the dumb department, and yet it does. It's really, really, really poor filmmaking. And listen, if I bet you money, it probably was they made a kind of shitty film, and then the Blumhouse test marketing came into effect, and they managed to make it worse. Because there's stuff that's clearly abandoned as ideas in this movie that must have gone somewhere in an earlier cut, or at least in an earlier version of the screenplay. But it's bad. It actually makes me think that Green's Halloween films, the 2 that I saw anyway, they're bad. They're not this bad. This is legitimately wretched filmmaking.
So check it out.
Blatty would definitely be appalled. His son is appalled, so he would be appalled, definitely.
Oh, Blatty's rolling in his urn. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wish Friedkin was still with us. I want to
so he could destroy the movie, right?
I just want to hear his thoughts on it. That's
an honest take.
We miss you, Friedkin.
It's
we
like
miss you, man.
The Heretic is this just glorious disaster that's hard to watch, but it's a glorious disaster. Like it's always doing something crazy, so you can't not watch it, but none of it works. This is a film where not only does none of it work, but it's actually kind of boring and misplaced. And when they do its crazy shit, and there is more than a few crazy shit moments, you're still kind of yawning at it because it's just lazy and there's just nothing here. Again, I would have almost preferred a film about Pazuzu walking across town, like the second Halloween film he made, because it would have been a better film.
Do you think they'll take it in a different direction? for the sequel?
There's no way they're hiring him back to do another for these things. The critical
hasn't-
reaction has been so bad.
Hasn't he already said he's pretty much
Kind of stepping away from it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what he said, but behind the scenes, he probably got his ass spanked bad by
yeah.
Universal.
Oh yeah.
He'll move to a different genre at this point.
Which
I
you
really
gotta-
don't think this is recoverable.
Well, don't you think this is probably good for him too? Like, this is not a good thing for him to just be Mr. Trilogy for these horror. Like, it's such a bad that you can't win, and like I almost feel like that will hurt him in the long run if he wants to try to do different things. Well, we want you to do 3 more. I don't know, pick any other horror franchise. Like, just pick something else. Like, he's going to be pigeonholed as that, and this is probably for the best because I don't really dislike David. I don't think he's a bad director, but he's something's got to give. You know, I'm kind of glad that he's not doing the rest of these movies. I really am. Let somebody else, for God's sake, do it.
Mike
Or write
Flanagan.
it too.
Get Mike Flanagan to do it. Like that.
I agree, but
Solid
people
choice.
love those shows he does too, man.
I
Maybe
don't know.
that's his sweet spot.
I don't think Mike Flanagan would take on a bad deal like this, though. It's like,
Yeah.
if it's different. Like, I know we're all fans of like those classic slasher films, right? But it's one thing to make a new version of that, because the worst you're gonna do is you're gonna make a bad Halloween or a bad Friday the 13th. Everyone will forget about it. You make a bad Exorcist film, that haunts your career forever. So I don't think Flanagan is dumb enough to take it. I mean, maybe if they throw boatloads of money at him, but I don't think they're throwing boatloads of money at anything with this franchise now because they're already deep enough in a hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And by the way, so like Ben Grimm asked, is the most financially successful Exorcist movie? No, because its cost is just unsurmountable. You know, it might put up box office numbers if you don't adjust for inflation, but no, it's none of those films cost what this cost. So, no.
Yeah. Now, Christian, I know you saw it. What were your thoughts?
Not as harsh as Lauren, but the truth is, I was talking to Sydney about the movie, and I won't spoil stuff about it, but the more I think about it, the less and less and less I even want to watch it again. I could put it really plainly, and for me, it's just not good enough to be called The Exorcist. It's just not. I really wish I'm really burnt out on the let's make a sequel to part 1 and 2 now.
Yeah.
You know, just that alone, it's just like, oh. I'm kind of burnt out on all the sequel, remake, requel, whatever you call it, that's going on now. You know, we're making sequels to part 2s that took place 20 years ago, and now we're making sequels to a movie that takes place 50 years ago. It's not good enough. Now, if they do something just completely different with the next one, I'd be so happy about that. You know, even if it's not great. I mean, we're past the point of having great Exorcist sequels. There's only one, in my opinion. That's 3.
Yeah.
And that's fine, I guess. But yeah, it's just not good enough, man. Plain and simple. It almost feels computer generated. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like an AI.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Elm Street remake, you know? It just feels like it feels like a processed computer generated movie. So I don't know. I feel bad. I really do feel bad for Universal, but at the same time, they put these people in charge, and you gotta look. Jamie Lee Curtis clearly drove some box office for that first movie, and then the next ones did okay. And I guess they just figured, what the hell, you know, let's do it again. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's just not good enough, Piz.
Yeah, and it's still just so shocking to me that they spent that much money on The Exorcist, that they thought that. I mean, everybody knows what The Exorcist is, but it doesn't have, especially today, that kind of, what's the word I'm looking, street cred or whatever of Halloween or Scream. You can do that with Halloween, you can do that with Scream, but The Exorcist, and then to dump that much money into it, I mean, they didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They blew both their feet off with double barrel shotgun.
Dude, I wanted to comment really quick on something Lauren said. Now, this is obviously, I can't generalize. I can only go off of what my theater is. When I went to go see The Nun 2, which I honestly think is a better film than The Exorcist Believer, there's a lot of young college. I live in a college town. A ton of 20, 22-year-old kids there. When I went to go see The Exorcist, it was 40s and 50s. And I purposely looked around because I was curious. I didn't see any kids, no college kids. I don't know that it has the street cred for. I don't know. I don't. I feel like maybe I don't know if it's to me and us. Of course, it's like it's The Exorcist. You don't get better than that. But I just wonder to the average person, is that as cool as Jaws or Halloween? Or I don't know. But I did find it interesting that it was mostly 40s and 50s in my theater, if not all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's happening a lot lately, where it's like they're making these movies like that should be aimed towards us, but they're making them for kids or teenagers, and like you get all kinds of movies now that have no audience because it's like
who is this
all
made
over
for?
the place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think though, The Exorcist exists as a benchstone or a mile marker in the genre's history. It's a titanic title, right? And maybe even when the two prequels were made, it was still close enough that you could try and capitalize without having that tailwind to face. But now, I mean, it's just a legendary film. It's in theaters every October, the original. And that's what you're competing with. You are directly competing with the actual article. So it's not so much like a legacy, like another Halloween film. You can kind of go, well, there's been 11 of these. If it comes out and I kind of like it, that's a win. No, it's The Exorcist. And yeah, there's been bad Exorcist films, but there hasn't been that many Exorcist films, period, and they've been spaced out enough that it should be a huge event. And if you're going to put it out there with a trailer that makes it seem like you're recapturing the vibe of the original, you better actually do it. Like there was nothing in that trailer that said, hey, we're abandoning Catholicism and don't worry, there'll be a witch doctor at the end of this movie. Spoiler, there's a witch doctor at the end of that movie, among other things. It just, I'm sorry, you're competing with one of the great pieces. It's almost like a great piece of literature, right? Do you want to write a sequel to a Bronte novel? Probably not.
I thought it was interesting too that they said it was going to be a trilogy right from the get go.
Yes,
because that's something that you're like, why is that a trilogy? I don't think that's necessary. Obviously, if they paid that amount of money, that makes sense to try to do that. But
you can't. Everything has to be a cinematic universe.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's got to be a cinematic universe these days. Nothing can just be a one-time thing. Something's got to lead into another thing that leads into a whole other thing, and then you've got to watch the TV series to know what's going on in the next movie, and then you got to watch the next movie to know what's going on in the new TV series, and it just becomes this exhausting ordeal to be a fan of something.
I was hoping right before the credits rolled that Pazuzu Will Return would be on screen.
Pazuzu will return in Exorcist Deceiver.
But here, you know what? I bet you anything though, if they make the second film, because I'm not convinced that they're making another film, but if they make another film, I bet they get the wrong message from this. I bet they shame themselves in thinking, oh, the problem was that it was R-rated, so let's make a PG-13 rated Exorcist film.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of crap that they'll do.
Yeah,
because they'll rationalize it. We didn't make a horrible film. We just hit the wrong audience.
I mean, that's true. That's really true. They'll go, oh, we went too hard on this one. We went too, we pushed the envelope, and that didn't resonate.
Yeah, it was like one of those envelopes you buy from, one of those no-name dollar stores where they come in the packet and all the glue is so old it won't stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that envelope they pushed.
Yeah. Well, somebody made an interesting comment. Let me see if I can find it here. Where'd it go? I can't find it. But basically they said The Exorcist isn't a fun movie. And I agree. The Exorcist isn't a fun movie.
No.
Scream and Halloween are fun movies. You go Scream, Halloween, I know exactly what I'm in for. You go The Exorcist, you're like, oh my God, I got to be in the right frame of mind to watch The Exorcist. It's not a crowd pleaser,
Was the original Halloween a fun movie the first time you saw it, though?
It had fun vibes. Like I'd say the beginning sets it up where they're in the car listening to Blue Oyster Cult, smoking a joint. Like that kind of sets up a little bit of fun. But
Hell
I get
yeah,
what
brother.
you're saying too.
Because I mean, contemporarily at the time, it was just thought of as a terrifying film. But a different kind of terrifying. I agree. But again, if the sequels dumb it down long enough, then you can make those silly films. But Exorcist is still The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
was
being-
going to agree. Oh, sorry. I was going to agree
Go
with
ahead,
Lauren
Chris,
here
go
real fast. So my parents actually did see the first Halloween movie on one of their dates before they got married. And it scared my parents so much. They were actually like looking around corners and shit like that. It wasn't a fun movie. It was a scary movie originally. We have fun with it because we like that genre. We have fun with these tropes and things like that. So we look for these things to have fun with. It wasn't intended to be fun. So yeah, Exorcist was never intended to be fun at all. But I think they'll make the second one with Ryan Johnson to subvert your expectations and make it some kind of fucking clown show shit.
The Rise of Exorcist.
The Rise of the Zuzu.
Just go all in.
And then for the third film, they'll try and overcorrect and they'll have a CGI Marin show up at the end with a gun.
Oh,
Well,
A
you
gun
know,
that in the shape of a cross.
it'll be like that gun in Constantine. It'll be the Constantine gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned failed Exorcist movies ruining directors' careers. Rennie Harlan is back with the new Strangers movie. So we're about to be in a Rennie Harlan renaissance, I think.
another trilogy, Piz.
Exactly.
Another 3 for
So here's-
1.
So here's what happened. Here's what happened with
Christ
Exorcist, the
almighty.
beginning. So they had Exorcist Dominion, which Paul Schrader, the brilliant Paul Schrader, did. Boring
Mhm.
as all get out.
It is.
And then they went, wait a minute, we've got to fix this thing.
Get the
Let's
cliffhanger
make-
guy.
Let's make the Die Hard 2 or the cliffhanger of Exorcist movies. Get me Harlan. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Get me Harlan.
And
Let me
it's
call
not-
in the big guns.
It's not a better film, but it's watchable.
Right.
I didn't fall asleep during it.
Oh God. So yeah, Rennie
This-
Harlan is back with it. They're rebooting The Strangers. Is this a reboot or a sequel or what do we know about this thing?
Well, it's going to be a trilogy. It's the Strangers on Planes, the Strangers on Trains, the Strangers on Automobiles.
With a fox in a box.
Wow. What a time to be alive.
Hey, he was married to Gina Davis, so I'm going to give him that.
He was.
Can they just like cross meld the Strangers series into the Purge movies? Because I'm feeling like there's a crossover potential there.
Cinematic universe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cinematic universe.
I've
God
kind of been
damn
over
it.
all this for so long. Like
Yeah.
I don't even keep up with it anymore. And I feel like I'm becoming like I don't feel like I'm becoming, but I feel like I seem like less of a horror fan because I don't even bother to keep up with that stuff. I don't have any interest in watching any of it at this point. I want new stuff. And like
Yeah.
when I hear Strangers is getting a reboot, I just like roll my eyes. I have no interest. Like
Yeah.
Have you seen When Evil Lurks?
Yes.
It's
I'm
great.
gonna watch it as soon as it
That's
hits
some new
Shudder.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm also excited for Suitable Flesh. That looks like it's going to be really good.
hmm
That may be already available lots of places. I'm just saying.
Well, I know-
Suitable- I've heard of When Evil Lurks. Let me see about Suitable Flesh. I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
It's
one.
going to Shudder too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the Joe Lynch movie. Yeah. And well, I mean, this isn't a new movie, but the Hell House prequel is going to be on Shudder, I think on the 30th, maybe. So I'm excited about that.
Always
What
down for that
shit?
clown, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Creepy clown.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Okay. Quentin's back. Quentin, what's up, man? You're back. Are you there?
Quentin? There you are.
Yeah, I'm there. Also about the Halloween franchise, except even though with like Halloween 3, it had nothing to do with. I know Miramax got the rights to the Halloween series, and I wonder what they're gonna go with. Either a movie or a TV series.
Well, it's going to be a TV series.
It's going to be a sitcom.
Yeah, it's going to be a
What do
TV
you guys
series.
think?
They
Yeah.
need to bring Freddy back from Resurrection.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
You
Uh,
dig?
Entertainment. That's what it needs to be. Is
Nightmare on Elm
entertainment.
Street.
So,
No.
but they're wanting a cinematic
Yeah.
universe. It'll start as
I miss the
TV
Thorn
series.
stuff though.
I do too. I do too.
I want to miss all of it for a long,
Dude, the
long
Thorn
time.
trilogy was way better.
I agree. I love the
The
Thorn
last
trilogy.
one? Yeah.
So
Yeah. Piz, which is your favorite version of Halloween 6, the theatrical cut or the producer's cut?
I prefer the producer's cut, but I like them both. I like them both for different reasons. The producer's cut's more of a complete movie, but the theatrical cut, I love the crazy editing and the guitar, stinger. I love all that. So yeah.
Somebody needs to cut.
Yeah.
There's a way better movie
Yeah.
in between there. Somebody needs
I like
to
the
make it.
producer's cut.
Is there?
I agree. I
Well,
agree.
not
I
a
Is there,
good
Chris?
movie.
I'm not sure.
There'll
there
never
is.
be a good movie, okay? But there will be a better
A
movie.
fun movie? Yeah, I think this might be a fun movie, but
I think it's a great. I love Halloween 6. I love Halloween 6 to death.
I do too.
Yeah, it's junk food.
Love
But
it.
like,
Yeah.
imagine having
Even though my
like,
favorite of the
MTV
franchise is
score.
Halloween 2, the original.
I love that one too. What were you saying, Chris? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, imagine having like the MTV score and like all the extra gore and the like magic cult stuff and more all of the Loomis footage. Like,
Mhm.
put all that together. In my opinion, you have a way better version.
I agree. I'm right there with you. Thank you, Francis Chainsaw Grimp, for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Also, we got Jonathan here, Bombastic Reviews. Says he likes my Retro Crypt shirt. And I gotta say this, not to do any, shameless plugging, but this is a really high quality, nice shirt, Chris. Like really nice shirt.
I made sure of it. That's like the most important thing is it's on a Gildan shirt. Those
Mhm.
are my favorite t-shirts.
Yeah, it's very, very high quality, very nice shirt. So
Thank you.
yes, highly recommend it. I also made a couple of purchases from Retro Crypt. So
Yeah, you were my first customer, man. You're always gonna be my first customer.
You'll never
That's right.
forget me.
I know it, man.
Mm.
I appreciate it
invoice.
too. I really do.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So one of those is a gift too. So
I thought so. I thought
yes,
this isn't
yes.
for kids.
You're not going to see me walking around carrying that, but it looked cool. It looked cool.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. Well, let's talk about. We usually start the show by I ask you guys if you've seen anything good lately or bad or whatever. Christian, you seen anything good, bad, or indifferent lately?
Trying to think of what I've been watching. I did see When Evil Lurks, which it's incredible. I really love it, but I don't want to say too much because I doubt a lot of people have seen it.
Did you see
But,
it? Is it in theaters still, or where's it at?
I had to drive to go see it.
Oh,
I don't know how many theaters. I'm sure Lauren has 11 by him, for fuck's sake. But
Not
I had
anymore.
to drive. I had to drive to go see it in an hour. But oddly enough, I actually, for the first time in my life, have started watching The Walking Dead, and I finished season 1 in a day, and I really thought it was gonna. I thought I was gonna hate it, but I really loved it. I watched season 1 in a day. I did half of season 2 today. I know it's gonna fall off eventually, but I'm really enjoying it. I can't believe how much I am enjoying it. Quite frankly, it's really it's perfect blend of like inner turmoil drama with people and then the zombie stuff. It's really good. I really like that. So that's keeping most of my attention the last week or so.
that first season was so good, and I mean, like
It's good.
that came out. That was like
2010, man.
Yeah, 2010, like that long ago. 13
It's
years
crazy.
Like I remember watching that when it first premiered on AMC. Like it was I think it was Halloween night. But I mean it was yeah. That first season was really good, and there's some good seasons sprinkled throughout. But once they start doing that, what they call boomerang storytelling, you're just gonna be like,
I'm
oh,
sure.
God. So
Yeah, we watched The Wicker Man. Me and Sydney watched this the other day, and I loved it, man. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Christopher Lee, I mean, dude, he just if he's in it, he's the star. It's that simple. We watched Lord of the Rings. Sydney's obsessed. She loved if we don't know what to watch, she'll always put that on. And we were watching Christopher Lee get stabbed by Brad Dourif, and I think it was the third Lord of the Rings, and she showed me. I had never seen it before, the extended version. So, like, I guess in the theater version, he gets stabbed in the back and like it cuts, but in like the extended version, Christopher Lee falls off a cliff, like does like a triple backflip, gets impaled on this wheel thing that kind of turns in the water, and you see his body go under the water, then come back out. It's crazy. But I love watching those too. But yeah, I loved Wicker Man. I remember seeing people kind of compare it to Midsummer, I guess, for like the aesthetic of it, but I think Wicker Man's a way better film. I forgot how simple the premise was when you find out what happens at the end. It was brilliant because I completely forgot about it, but I love Christopher Lee in that movie. He's so good. So good. So I'll watch that and a few other things, but that was it's a good looking 4K too, but some of the stuff they added in there, Studio Canal was like, hey, we did what we could. So some of it is a little choppy looking, but for the most part, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Cool. Good question by Ben here. Worst beatdown of Michael Myers, the beatdown by Paul Rudd or drop kick through a window by Busta Rhymes? I mean, they're both pretty epic, I think. But I got to give it to Paul Rudd because Paul Rudd really got wicked on him with that pipe. And
I'm going to disagree with you there. Busta Rhymes busting out kung fu moves. Come on.
I know. It's a tough one because it's Busta Rhymes, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Paul Rudd just getting that, that pipe and just laying it into Paul Rudd laying pipe on Michael Myers really did something for me. So
yeah. Busta Rhymes also verbally assaulted him, and he
when he's bleeding,
he talked him down he talked him down and he talked him down to where Michael was like, I don't want no part of Busta. I'm backing off. You got to remember that, man.
That's true.
In both cases, though, what producer thought it was a good idea to have anyone be able to fight Michael Myers? I mean, it's supposed to be the embodiment of like pagan evil.
I think Busta had a #1 record at the time.
They lost the narrative way before Resurrection.
Well, I agree, but like, still, wouldn't you want to save it? Like,
his name was Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
You don't go hands on with Michael Myers.
Not if you want to make a film that's still scary.
Harvey Weinstein.
But you know what's interesting? Like, I think H2O, like, you're going to do a fight with Michael Myers, you do it the way they did in H2O, whereas there's real stakes and it's like you grind it out and it's not cartoony. I think that's how you do it if you're going to do a fight.
I agree.
I watched H2O the other day. Sorry, what was that?
Now, for all the faults H2O has, it kind of understands what it is a lot better than any of the other sequels.
Well, look, in H2O got LL in it. Ladies love Cool J, so let's not forget about that. You know what I mean? So. Now, what were you going to say, Chris? I'm sure you were going to say something about LL, right?
I was going to say big melon breasts. No, I was going to say
Kevin Williamson.
I watched H2O the other day, and like every time I get to the end of that, I remember how, like, the movie's okay, but the end is always like impactful as hell. It never loses its impact. When you first saw it, you're like, shit. She just cut his fucking head off. Like
that was the ending.
Like one of the best endings in the franchise.
It's perfect because it's like so abrupt. The head just comes right off, and then it just boom right into that stinger, and like and then like you just see her, and she's like, it's like she just had it's like that first puff of a cigarette after a big meal. You're just like, it just felt so good. And then of course the next film they go, that was just a medic. That meant absolutely nothing. So
throw away the best part of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's ruin that.
Ben Tramer. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
He died twice.
It's particularly wonderful because like when did Michael have the time to do that?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not even like a clever we worked around. It just doesn't work. Resurrection is I hate those zombie movies, and I don't like the new trilogy of what I've seen of it anyway. but I think Resurrection may still be the worst of the series. It is an incredibly bad film.
I think they could. I mean, they could have done something with that premise. I mean, the whole War of the Worlds. Is this really happening or not? They could have done something with that. And
Sure.
of course, I mean, they didn't. Rick Rosenthal, he will fight you. He thinks it is just a completely misunderstood masterpiece.
Yeah, well, he's wrong.
Yeah.
God bless him for it, man.
Yeah, I like the movie. I know it's not a good movie, but I enjoy watching it, and I watch it every year. But even I won't say that.
It's more entertaining than the worst of like the Friday the 13th series or the worst of Nightmare on Elm Street series.
All I'm going to say is Dangertainment. We've got another guest who just joined in the green room, but I do want to mention this. This is something interesting. Eli says Diabolic DVD has the limited edition Empire of Screams box set back in stock in case anyone missed out. So if anybody still wants to get their hands on that, Diabolic's got it apparently. Good looking out, Eli.
Set.
Oh, it is. It is.
Great. It's my favorite release of the year.
Oh my! Hold on. We're breaking some major news here tonight, folks. We have got David Gordon Green himself in the chat.
Bring him in now.
I was waiting for you to see that, man. I died out laughing when I read
Bring
that.
him in. I want to talk to him.
Mr. Gordon Green is in the. Okay, David, if I may call you David, please message me. I'll send you the invite link. Let's get you in here. Let's talk about this thing. All right, but thank you for the $10 super chat. Just signed on to do a
question I would have is how many bowls did Danny McBride smoke before writing the sequel to Titanic?
So David has signed on to do a legacy sequel of Titanic. Rose will have been waiting 100 years to get revenge on that iceberg, complete with grenades and a shotgun. Danny McBride will be riding.
Okay, to be fair, that sounds better than the original.
That sounds. That sounds. Listen, I want to roll in that sucker. That sounds really good, bro.
Just get someone else to direct it, and I'm happy.
Oh my god,
Brittany
I'm right
Harlan.
on. Yes. bring on Harlan. That sounds right up Rennie Harlan's alley. Actually, Rennie Harlan would kill to direct that movie. Come on.
From the director of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey comes Titanic 2.
Oh hell yeah, I'd watch that.
Cutthroat Island.
Oh man.
Thank you, Mr. Green. I appreciate that. Please get in touch with me. I will send you the link to join. We want you to jump on here. Let's talk about this project. Oh my God. We got Go Seek Find in the chat. What's up? How you doing? Oh my word.
You could do something where the Titanic goes through the Bermuda Triangle and it goes in a different direction. It goes through a time warp or something.
I feel like they've already made that
Time
before.
travel, perfect. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Then.
I would watch that. Hold on. We've got another prolific director.
Who's the guest?
In the chat tonight? Hold on. We've got David Lynch here.
Oh, man.
And I can tell that's actually really him.
Mr. Lynch, I'm a big fan of 90% of your work, at least. Inland Empire was, but aside from that, I mean, brilliant stuff. You're just too hard on yourself, dude. Come on. Listen, Lost Highway really is a misunderstood masterpiece.
It really isn't.
Yes,
I love Lynch, but no one's dying on that hill.
I'll die on that hill. Jonathan was here. He must have got so nervous about with the star power in the chat tonight. He just ran. He just took off running. All right,
he ran like a flock of seagulls.
He did. We'll come back. Okay, I think maybe I see a shadow. I don't know. We'll come. Maybe he'll come back. We'll see. Let me mute him in case there's something going on we don't want to hear. Oh, he's there. Back.
He is.
There he is. There he comes.
I came on here to see if we could get Lauren to quit talking
Hey, bombastic.
about fucking Halloween. That's all Lauren talks about is Halloween this, Halloween that. You seen any other movies, Lauren?
No. Is that a problem?
I was just curious. How's everybody tonight?
I'm great. I know the movie I watched last week was The Lost Boys.
That's a great
It's a
one.
good one. It's
I
a
watched
good one.
that last week too, man.
It's one of my favorite movies of
Yeah.
all time.
Corey
Come on,
Feldman and Kiefer Sutherland.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, it's my number one favorite vampire flick, The Lost Boys.
It's way up there for me too. Way up there for me too. Way up there.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, how are you doing, man?
I know last year the 4K came out.
It did. It did. See, Dead Camper, future Dead Camper agrees with me.
No, Lost Highway is generally thought of as a masterpiece, so I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't hear any good things about Lost Highway. Inland Empire, possibly.
it needs more good things said.
Inland Empire really pissed me off.
It's a
Inland
bad
Empire
fucking movie.
shouldn't fucking happen. Like,
Yeah.
it's a waste.
I think he was just gonna see. I think he made the film honestly to see if his fans would defend it.
I agree. I
Well,
totally
it worked.
agree. Let's go to Kmart and get one of those $39.95 cameras and film this shit. That's what
Let's
he
see,
did. I swear
let's
to
see
God.
what they interpret this as.
Art.
We'll have to turn the sound all the way up.
I think we actually talked a little bit about When Evil Lurks earlier. There's been a few. I know Christian said he saw it. He loved it.
It's the real deal.
When's it on Shutter? End of this week?
Yep.
Something like that.
28th, right?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Saturday. It's supposed
It's
to
a real
be.
deal,
the
man.
I think
like,
it's
the
out
best.
of Argentina,
It is.
and it's in my top. I mean, it's probably like the best horror movie I've seen this year.
Oh, dude.
That's what everybody's saying. Don't
mean,
hype it up too bad for me, guys. It's gonna disappoint me.
It actually, like, in the theater, I actually like said stuff out loud after watching a scene. I was just like, oh wow, that was
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
All
hoping
right.
it gets a nice little physical release for people too, because that'd be nice. I know people pick that up, but yeah. I loved it.
Okay. Some high praise for this film.
I love the fact that
It's high praise.
when
You
people
dig?
discuss the movie, they're not really discussing the movie either. Like there's like an unspoken agreement that no one's going to talk about what it really is. I love
Right.
that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I went into it too and saw no preview. I think I saw Flesh Wound Features talk about it, and that's after their review. I immediately went to the theater the next day
Mhm.
and saw it.
When I heard it was the guy that did Terrified, which was literally the first movie I watched on Shutter when I got Shutter. I was like, I loved Terrified. I was like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll go see that.
Yeah. Terrified is. I liked to. It's a mixed bag for me, but like it. I will say it's really good. There's some
Mhm.
really good stuff in Terrified. So when
This is better.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Mm.
it's better.
And I'm just excited that everyone that's seen it and everyone that's excited to see it, that they're gonna see a film with subtitles. It's just exciting.
Go see Find has seen it. She liked it. Good. Terrified. Ben's a big fan of Terrified. Right on. We've got Obama's Marlboro Reds is in the chat tonight. Let me tell you a thing or two about Halloween. It's a great holiday. I agree.
Let me tell you a thing or two about Halloween.
I agree, Mr. President.
That's a
Here's
pretty
a
good limited impression.
Here's a good question. What's the last non-sequel or remake horror y'all saw in theaters?
Non-sequel or remake? I saw on TV.
Last
was
Voyage to
probably
the
in-
Demeter.
Talk
Mine
to
was
me.
Probably Infinity Pool.
No, talk to me. You're right.
Talk to me. Infinity Pool is fucking dope.
Was it-
It's
dude.
Australian.
It's hilarious.
It's Jonathan. It's talk to me.
Talk to me. All right.
Talk to me.
Oh, prick.
Talk to me.
So
Razor blades.
yeah, me and Sam actually saw a double feature of the original Frankenstein and Invisible Man. So that's the last one I saw in theaters. That's
Nice.
non-sequel or remake.
You know what? I'm waiting on Talk to Me like around Black Friday because that has got $14.99 Amazon written all over it.
You're not gonna get the umbrella. What is it? The Via Vision or umbrella release where you literally get the hand. You pull the
I
movie
actually
out the
think
back?
Steak got that, so
It's
we might be able to see it.
He just needs somebody to shake his hand. That's why you got it.
Oh, have y'all heard that Mia Goth is going to be in the new Frankenstein movie?
Well,
She's playing Igor.
As the bride.
Yeah, as the bride, and Andrew Garfield is going to
Nope.
be in
No,
it.
thank you. No, thank you. I'm good.
Mia
I've
Goth?
read that. I don't
That's
know if
great
that was
casting.
true or not, but
That's great cast. I don't know
But
about
surely there's something else they can do, right? Like, surely there's something else going on we get those two going into. It ain't got to be
I always-
Frankenstein remake.
I always thought that Scarlett Johansson was like made for that. I don't know if
The
that's
Bride?
an unpopular opinion, but she's
No.
just like
She can do
I-
whatever
I-
she wants.
Just picturing a side profile of her face, I can see it.
Mm,
No.
mm.
I
Then
think
the
it's,
bride's hair is actually red, right?
Yes.
So yeah, the whole Black Widow thing.
It's so dangerous though, because I mean, Bride is my favorite film of all time, and I just did see it on the big screen, and I just did pick up the 4K. It's been a Bride heavy year for me, and I think you need to revisit the last 10 minutes of Bride of Frankenstein to understand why it's dangerous to remake that film. That entire sequence of the creation of the bride is probably the most perfect filmed sequence in the history of all film. It's perfect. And the performance is one thing, but everything else around it is another. I don't know that we have anyone who's going to pull off that level of sublime filmmaking today. I just don't. And so I kind of I've always wished they'd just leave it alone. And listen, they haven't. I mean, we got The Bride with Jennifer Beal back in the day. We got Hammer did Frankenstein Created Woman, which was clearly meant as a Bride remake. It happens. Even that what is it, Pitiful Things, whatever that is, the Emma Stone film that's coming out, started life as a Bride of Frankenstein remake. It looks like a stupid comedy now, but I just wish they'd leave it alone, because there's finally, when something's perfect, you don't fuck with it.
don't hold me to this, but this says that it's Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and Oscar Isaac is the monster. Andrew Garfield as the doctor.
Oh, wait.
Mia Goth as the bride.
This may be a very old project. It might not still be. I mean, it might be being re-reported, but
It said like they finally casted it.
well, I thought Del Toro moved on though, quite a while back. Maybe he's back.
I read it online, so it could be completely made up. I don't know.
I'm sure it's true. If you read it online, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. That scene with the kid slamming around that one. Yeah. That one and the toe sucking scene really kind of really bothered me.
It was hot.
It really got me hot. Really hot.
I have a movie for you not to watch.
Oh, please throw it out there.
Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Classic,
too late.
classic,
Too late.
classic.
Too late.
Amazing film.
Oy vey. Oy. Oy. Oy.
Not surprisingly, I passed on that.
You missed out.
I'm
I'm
sure.
still
Dude,
sitting
you
on
just
it.
missed out on that's the Hereditary of 2023, brother.
Only for a completionist is that necessary.
Oof. We've got a $2 super chat here from the woke creepy Kentuckian, complaining there's not enough diversity tonight. And
Look,
sorry.
As a giant American, I am the 0.01% of this population. I am a minority.
There you go. We'll do.
Oh my god.
We'll do better next time. I'm sorry. Oh Lord have mercy. So has anybody else? We kind of. Has anybody else seen anything good recently that they want to shout out? Or
Dark
bad?
Harvest.
Friday the 13th, part 6. Jason Lives.
Okay, hold on.
I've never heard of that.
Let's come back.
Yeah.
Let's come back to that, Quentin. Dark Harvest. Chris mentioned Dark Harvest. I have seen Dark Harvest. I really liked Dark Harvest a lot.
That's
I
based
love
on
that
the
movie,
Norman
man.
Partridge novel.
Yes, it is. Yes, and highly recommend it. I think it's the Halloween movie to watch this year.
Well,
Halloween season.
it's my favorite movie of the year so far. I'm still holding out for a couple of them, but yeah, I didn't know anything about it. I thought it was gonna be a scarecrow slasher, and I thought it was gonna be cheesy and stupid, and then I watched it, and yeah, it was like
the look of the
it's-
monster is really good.
Yeah.
or the Scarecrow. I guess that's what he is. But
And you don't get many movies like that. There's like so many elements of like Lord of the Flies and stuff in that movie that I just didn't see coming. I feel like if you go into it blind, you're gonna be like blown away a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was going into it. I just heard that it was good. I didn't even know that like David Slade directed it until the end. And I was like, oh, that's the guy that did 30 Days a Night. That's the guy from the band Slade. But yeah, it was yeah, and that's one too. Like I don't want to go too deep into it. Yeah, I think you should probably go into that one a little blind. But there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of good going on there. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
It's another one like I want to talk about it, but I kind of along the same lines of that When Evil Lurks, I don't want to talk about it because I think the less you know, the better. But
Yeah,
you'll just as soon as you get into it, you're like, oh, this is like not what I expected, dude. Like,
yeah, really good stuff. Really good stuff.
something that I saw that was pretty good too. I mean, it's an alien sci-fi, but No One Will Save You.
I saw that.
I liked it a lot too.
That was pretty well. I mean, there's not much dialogue in it. There's not many characters in it, really. But it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too. Yes,
Agreed.
indeed. Is there any dialogue in it? I don't think there's any dialogue, is there?
I feel like in the beginning there's some. I don't know. I mean, not much, but if there is, it's in that beginning.
I feel like the main character the girl didn't say much of anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that about it. I like that about it. And like you just, you sort of learned more about her and about what happened and about what's happening as the movie progresses, which is how you should do it, and like, I don't know. I enjoyed that little, it's kind of gimmicky, but I liked it a lot.
And it kind of goes from like one struggle to another struggle to another struggle. Like it's a good pace.
Yeah. It's nice to see an alien movie that like legitimately, had them in it. Some movies like there's nothing. It's just teased the whole time. And that one they went for it.
I agree.
That was a nice little surprise. I got more excited about something like that, as opposed to a Evil Dead Rise or whatever. Those kinds of little treats I really like those.
Yeah, right on. You know what? I saw Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. I liked it. I'm sorry. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. I liked the characters. There were things about it that kind of didn't make sense, but I got into it and I enjoyed it for what it was. So definitely not a great movie, but
do you kind of feel like it, and this isn't a slight, but like, do you kind of feel like it definitely had that 2008 blockbuster rental straight to DVD kind of feel to it? Because that's the essence I got from the movie.
Maybe I should watch it. I might like it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was hard for me to want to dislike it because that's such a cherished time for us.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
it's got that kind of direct to video sequel feel about it. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. We got Sam in the chat. The Pope's Exorcist has no business being as enjoyable as it is. I liked the Russell Crowe character in that movie. I like the fact that he was like, cracking jokes while he was like exorcising demons. Like he's just he just doesn't care. He's just like whatever. I don't know. I had fun with it. Anybody else? Anything they want to mention?
So
I know, like with Evil Dead. I know, like with Evil Dead Rise, the elevator scene with the blood coming out of the elevators. That was like that reminds me of The Shining. The original. It was kind of a reference to The Shining. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome. That was so awesome.
Well, have you seen any good movies recently, Quentin? You want to mention?
I know I mentioned The Lost Boys from last week, and then Friday the 13th, I watched Jason Lives. I mean, I think Friday the 13th Part 6 is a much better sequel because with like Jason returning to the grave, the bolt of lightning bringing Jason back to life, that was lit. Especially because like if they show like Alice Cooper's songs in there, my favorite one was Teenage Frankenstein and Man Behind the Mask. Those were the best. Yeah, it was like when Court was like driving the RV like crazy. Oh my god. That was so awesome.
Yeah. Great soundtrack. Great soundtrack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
I love
Jason Lives is one of the most fun sequels. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, except for like Friday Part 5, you know, Jason revealed to be a copycat. Like kind of like in Halloween Ends when Michael was a copycat, you know, like with Corey Cunningham. Ends was like more Christine like.
It is. That's true. That's true. Now what were you going to say, Lauren?
So I know no one will care, but this week I went to the theater to see a Indian remake, well, not readaptation of A History of Violence called Leo. And while like Cronenberg's film is all somber and quiet and brooding, like this is the like dumb Schwarzenegger version of it. So it's ridiculously fun from beginning to end. It has a hyena in it for no good reason, but you should love the killer hyena. It's out of control at all times, and the thing is, it makes you excited to see a film again in theaters. Like that's the big thing about India right now in their films, and why I'm so addicted, is because you go and you just don't sit there and slump to a side and watch it and then go out and go, yeah, well, I saw another Blumhouse thing. I'll forget about it next week. You walk out of theaters going like kind of with your mind blown that people would still put shit on screen that you've never seen before. And it's loud and it's brass and it's so earnest and honest and there's not a cynical bone in its body. But if you like a film with a body count way higher than Total Recall, yeah, you should go see Leo. Especially if you do like the Cronenberg adaptation of History of Violence. It's fascinating to see the same story from a different culture's point of view. And that different culture's point of view is far more violent than David Cronenberg. So I'd really recommend that. I'd also say, if you might have missed it by now, I don't know how much is remaining, but Diabolique DVD has their release of Haunted Samurai, which is a 1980 very bloody samurai film that they licensed it for 1,000 copies on Blu-ray. I love the Diabolic guys, and I really think that they're doing really good work trying to preserve films that even Vinegar Syndrome is not interested in going near. Especially there's a subgenre of samurai films that should appeal to horror fans because they're very bloody and usually very amoral. And those films, unfortunately, don't get much as far as releases in America. So that's definitely something to check out and see if it's still available. If nothing else, it's going to be a very valuable investment. And I also picked up the German 4K Blood on Satan's Claw release. This is one of my very favorite folk horror films. If you've never seen it, it's amazing and ambitious like no end. Basically, the whole film was sampled by My Life, the Thrill Kill Cult over the course of their 8 albums. It's amazing, and for its time period, which was a year before I was born, it was made. It has everything you want. It has all the violence. It has all the Satanism. It has all the nudity. It is a crazy British grindhouse film that also has all the satanic panic that would only hit a decade and a half later. It's an amazing film. The German release is the way to go. Unfortunately, it is expensive. But this was one of those rare cases where I just felt it was worth it for the film. We'll probably get an American release. There was an old American release, which was crap. But they actually restored the film proper. So if you need your satanic fix, it's Blood on Satan's Claw.
I didn't think we'd get a My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult reference tonight, but hey,
Well, I'm right here.
Oh, Lord have mercy. We got a question here from Country Shape. Have any of us seen the alien abduction movie Night Skies? I did. I actually reviewed it years and years ago when it first came out. I remember liking it, but I don't remember anything necessarily specific about it now.
The
But
kid
there-
gets abducted at the end.
Yeah. But there is a review somewhere on my channel. So
Add it to my watch list.
has anybody been watching the John Carpenter's Suburban Screams on Peacock? No?
I tried to watch the first episode.
Okay.
Started
Let's just
reading
say
up on it.
it made me want to watch Ghost of Mars.
Okay, so I watched the first episode. I'll agree. The first episode was not good.
Not directed by him though.
No, the one that's directed by him,
The
which
last
is about
one.
yes, the woman who's
Yeah.
being stalked.
Mhm.
That one is good.
Oh,
I like
okay.
that one. The other one, I've not seen all of them, but the other ones that I've seen have kind of not been that great.
Yeah, that title's misleading.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the one about the very last one that Carpenter directed himself, which is about a woman who's been stalked for years and years and years.
A little magic in that one.
That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. But yeah, the others that I've seen have just kind of been like, oh, okay. And I don't know. I don't know. I kind of watch those and goes, yeah, that didn't really happen. No, that didn't happen. You're making that up. That didn't happen. I don't know. Got Dream Emulator. Thank you for the $4.99. I've been reading Paperbacks from Hell, and I've been open to a whole new world. Curious what everyone's favorite horror book is. Lauren can pick two. Okay, wow.
Who wants to start, guys?
Does American Psycho count as a horror book?
Yeah,
'Cause
Bret
I- 'cause
Easton
I would-
Allen.
I have
Absolutely.
read that one.
Because I've read that one at least a couple of times. I love American Psycho. Mm, 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 mm. I mean, you know,
The GOAT.
King's early stuff is always gonna be stand out for me. The Dead Zone and Salem's Lot, and you know, so I'll throw some of those out there. Bentley Little short stories are great.
Bentley.
You know, Clive Barker stuff. If you've not read The Hellbound Heart, you can read The Hellbound Heart in one sitting. There you go. You know, even the Scarlet Gospels. I really like the Scarlet Gospels.
Yeah,
Barker didn't write it, but
that's just true.
I'm gonna have to. We've got to converse about that, Lauren. I got some inside info on that one, but yeah, I still like it though. I still like that book though. Anybody
I'd like
else?
to go with H.P. Lovecraft.
Ooh, okay.
Which Lovecraft collection?
One of my favorites is the Shadow over Innsmouth.
Mhm.
The Outsider is really good. I mean, those are the stories,
Yeah.
not the collection, obviously, but those are the ones that stand out to me. That scene where the guy's in the Shadow over Innsmouth and he's in the hotel and they're trying to come into the room. Oh, that really scared me.
Oh, and then the runs across the rooftops of the village.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's
The fish people are gonna eat my ass. I gotta go. It's awesome. So I mean, I'm gonna go with my two favorite novels of all time. Little Legion by William Peter Blatty and Prototype by Brian Hodge. Both are just drop dead masterpieces of the genre, and one of them was adapted to a film. The other one could never be adapted to a film. So, I mean, I have a ton of favorite novels. Ancestor by Danielle, Mexican Gothic by Garcia Moreno. Those are recent ones, but I always say this, and I know people hate it, but like we constantly are screaming that we want new horror, and all you have to do is visit the goddamn bookstore. I know you want movies, but if you kind of realize that we're not going to get everything that's going to scratch that itch, pick up a book. Just do it.
Kentucky taught me how to read, so
I understand that, but there are young adult titles.
and I've read all the Goosebumps now, so I'm out.
So I went looking for my Slugs novel, and I couldn't find it, but I did find the novel for John Russo's The Majorettes. Yes, it was a novel.
Johnny!
It was.
It was a novel before it was a movie, and I owned that novel. So there you go, The Majorettes.
Still alive and kicking.
And speaking of which, there's the Hellbound Heart. Everybody should read the Hellbound Heart at least once.
Dude, that looks so cool.
It's a cool. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, you know,
Really nice.
something about like Hellraiser.
That is cool.
Dude, that looks legit. Oh man, looks legit.
Army of Darkness did just release a new comic that came out.
Okay.
Yeah, I just picked it up, $5. So
Puzzle Master.
All right. Cool.
continuing the story.
And we've got a big fan of Chris in the chat here. Billy Mays is really hung up on you, dude. So,
Hubba.
you know, there you go.
You got the Twin Towers right there in the middle too. The Chris.
Billy Mays likes them tall. So there you go.
That way they could hold back the luggage that doesn't fall down on his head.
I mean, I like all you guys, but like, we would have to put several people in if we all got together. We'd have to put several people in between me and most of you, so it just didn't look like I was your child.
I feel your pain, my man.
I feel like every time I go out with Chris, he's like,
Also, what I got it.
Go ahead, man. You're fine.
I mean, what I got at Barnes and Nobles too is this Halloween Whorehound magazine.
Oh, cool.
It looks legit.
That looks cool.
Yeah, I read through it. You know, Halloween 2, like I've seen all like the pictures, like some lobby cards that were in it. And you know, something about like the Goosebumps series. Did you guys ever watch the Goosebumps TV show?
I did. I was more of an Are You Afraid of the Dark kid growing up.
Same.
It's the same show, Piz. You'll like it. It's the exact same show.
It pretty much is.
Okay. All right.
But Are You Afraid of the Dark is Canadian, therefore different.
Oh, Goosebumps is Canadian as hell
They were
too. They got a
Canadian
lot
too,
of
brother.
They got a lot of swords in there.
Canadian TV is
Yeah.
vastly superior.
Dude,
Yeah.
they were Canadian, eh? It's all
They just had
Canadian,
they just had a storage locker full of Canadian young children that they could use for acting.
Uh-oh.
They were
Those
just-
lockers were on UK on television.
Yeah,
Ryan Gosling was in that stable.
he was in that stable. Yeah, because they kept pulling him out. Like, we need a kid for Are You Afraid of the Dark? We'll just use this one. We're almost done with it.
Erie, Indiana.
I
Thank
love
you.
Erie, Indiana.
I own that on
Very,
DVD.
yeah.
I
It's
watched
on-
some of
it's-
those not
The
too long
Return of the
ago.
Mummy.
It's on Tubi. The whole series is on
It
Tubi
is.
now.
It is.
Erie, Indiana is great. What did it only
Mhm.
did, was it like a one season run originally? Then they brought it
They had
back
2
later.
seasons. They had one
They made a
season that was
spin-off too.
Yeah, exactly. They had a spin-off series.
I don't know,
Another
it was like
dimension
short,
or
it was
something?
very short lived.
Yep.
But it was.
I don't
wild,
remember the
man.
spinoff.
I never watched it. I just know it got me.
I watched it because I was a huge fan. They only had 1 season for that one as well. It was weird.
I tried reading House of Leaves, but the problem is you've got to read it like this, and you've got to twist it and turn it while you're reading it because you know the guy wrote.
You can read it however you want. That's the
I'm
point.
just I'm
Very-
playing around. I'm just
It's a
playing.
very democratic novel. And the
Just
Poe
listen
album,
to Poe while I read it.
yeah, exactly. The Poe album and Inspired is even
Mhm.
better.
The Keep. Michael Sullivan's throwing The Keep out is a good book. Some love for F. Paul Wilson. What's up,
Yes,
Alex?
Paul Wilson. is
Do
good.
we remember Bone Chillers? We watched the whole series over on Slasher Home Video.
Yep, I got a whole watch along of the whole series on my channel.
Good stuff.
That was
though.
a really fun watch along.
Oh, geez. Let's talk about. Does anybody here have any unique like Halloween traditions that they do every year that they used to do as a kid with their family? Maybe not even unique. But,
Like-
you know, carving pumpkins. You know, starting fires.
Sacrificing a virgin.
Exactly. You know.
wholesome fun.
Abducting kids from the Walmart parking lot.
Oh, who hasn't done that?
They're
Because then you
Walmart
get to
kids,
walk
they're
by that
best.
wall where they have the photos of the kids, and every time
And you
see it,
know.
knowingly nod to yourself and keep walking.
Oh, Jesus.
Christ.
You see
Chris,
they get like a punch card from them.
Krista, do you have any Halloween traditions that you do every year?
Obviously it's a lot different from when I was a kid. In New Orleans, it was pandemonium. They actually cut off our subdivision from letting people in. It was so insane, right? Now, I don't think the last 2 years I haven't had anybody knock on the door. Me and Sydney typically pick up some kind of franchise or something to watch. Last year was Paranormal Activity. The year before that, we did the Purge movies, which was rough, but we made it through like troopers. I don't know what we're gonna do this year. We need to figure that out. But we usually do that, and I don't know. I bought a bunch of pumpkins yesterday, so I know Sydney wants to carve some pumpkins and stuff like that, and probably just take it easy, man. Like the last couple of years, it's just hanging out, watching movies. I make sure I'm off work, and we just take it easy and watch. We'll pick movies back and forth and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. It's just a day for ourselves now. And we usually get a Papa John's pizza because we can get it. They'll cut it like a pumpkin, and they'll make a face on it. So we'll
Problem
get
is you
that.
gotta eat Papa John's pizza.
Papa Giorgio.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with Papa John's.
There is so much wrong with Papa John's, man. It is the worst of the large chain pizzas.
Well, maybe you just have a crappy Papa John's.
It-
Mine's
it-
off
this-
the chain.
Hey, buddy, we're over here in the Papa John's homeland. I'm as close to the goddamn source as you can get.
Well, buddy, I don't know.
I love Papa John's.
I know. I went to church with Papa. All right.
You know Papa?
I know Papa John. No, I don't fucking know Papa John.
I want his autograph.
Just ask Shaq. He knows him. They're buddies.
Yeah, they're
I think
getting
Peyton
back
Manning.
to Shakaroni, I think.
It's very regional because my local Papa John's is trash. I've sworn them off. So
They have weird, like, really. Their sauce is very sweet.
I don't mind. I like the pizza. The problem is getting it on time and getting it done. Getting it like
Cooked
not
all the
like-
way.
exactly. Yeah. Or
I love
having
that
it-
garlic butter you pour on there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they act like they invented garlic butter. Oh, I got problems with that too. It's like you're not that special guy. All right,
Damn, man.
shut the fuck up, Papa.
Christian or Chris, Texas Chris. What about some Halloween traditions in your neck of the woods?
So we don't have too many traditions, but Sarah brought up the other day about how when she was growing up, she had the great pumpkin. It was like a mini Christmas. She got like small gifts and so forth. I think it's a great idea to kind of do for kids. I may try and do that for if we ever have kids or like my niece or nephews or whatever. Whenever I get one of those.
What kind of Halloween gifts would she receive on?
I think it was just like small gifts or something like that. She didn't really go into too many details about it, but I'm guessing it's like little small, like an Easter kind of thing.
Oh, okay, okay,
Kind of stuff like that.
okay.
I think it's a cool idea. Just kind of like have more kind of like fun with Halloween. But for me and Sam now, we just like giving out candy to kids in the
I wish
neighborhood.
I got trick or treaters, man. It'd be fun.
Oh, we live in like our neighborhood. Our subdivision is surrounded by like 3 or 4 other subdivisions. So we got like a whole ton of kids. So I make a little YouTube playlist of like all the horror songs. They don't have curse words in it, so I can play it on blast and just hand out candy.
If I got a trick or treater, man, I'd have to call the police because somebody is neglecting their child. Like, there's just a random kid at my door right now.
Well, that's the one that escaped from Lauren from Walmart.
They never escape.
Lubed himself up with the hand lotions at Walmart.
Oh my God.
His grip.
I saw a movie on Tubi. I was going to mention it and I forgot. The whole movie is from the perspective of this woman's Ring doorbell cam. And
What?
it's barely over an hour, but it's really bad, but like I had a fun time like watching it because it was so bad. I can't remember what it's called. It's on Tubi. Just go to Tubi, you'll find it. It's yeah. It's
Ding
Ding
dong
dong
witch.
dead.
it's there's like a witchy kind of woman in it, but it's
It's a ding dong witch.
Hey, woman.
but it's so funny. Like
Woman.
somebody sit around and go, oh, I've got to make a found footage movie.
what hasn't been done yet?
Exactly. The whole thing from the Ring doorbell.
He looked around his house and went, what has a camera on it?
Exactly. Yeah.
That kind of shouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was the Ring doorbell movie. Yeah.
If they ever get like where Roombas have cameras on them for any reason, that's coming.
Oh, my Lord have mercy. Lauren, what about Halloween traditions for you?
I usually end up working because I'm a moron. And again, it's not really about the day for me. It's about the seasons. And so I don't really freak out so much about the day. I do think, though, and this is a pet project for myself, I think, in the future, but I think I want to really try and start a nationwide adult trick-or-treating concept.
Yes.
Whereas you do have to dress up, but it would be like only houses that have some kind of sign that says that you accept it. But it would be like more of I mean, I don't drink, but alcohol would be one of the things that you could trick or treat with, or
weed. No, I'm not giving any, but you're not coming to my house and getting that.
I'm just saying it's not necessarily candy, is what I'm getting at. I think it'd be just a cool thing for people that like us that really love
I'd go for candy, dude. Like it's kind of sad there's not a day where I don't get a lot of free candy for no reason.
Yeah, so I think adult
like hand out cheeseburgers, man, that'd be sweet.
That'd be awesome, dude. Like some McDouble. That's really expensive now, though. You can't even get a cheap cheeseburger.
Yeah,
my neighborhood actually gives out adult beverages for adults who help trick or treat around.
Yeah, I've seen like margaritas.
Yeah, I'm making some this year. I finished my little drink off, but I'm making reanimator shots for the neighbors if they come by.
Nice.
Cool.
Because nothing's better than parents walking around the neighborhood drunk with their kids.
Sauce, buddy.
Hey, that's free entertainment for me. That's their problem over there.
As long as they're walking, as long as they're just walking back home, like knock yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Midnight Hour rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
And it'll never find another release.
Swaggy, what about the Halloween traditions for you?
The only thing I can think of is the city that I live in. It's a college town too, so there's a downtown area with a good little strip of bars and restaurants. And every year, you can dress up and you can participate in a parade where you just walk down the street and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't have any children, so I don't go out trick-or-treating. But I have some certain movies that I watch, but that's really about it.
You know what? I don't like this whole only kids can go trick-or-treating. I want to get dressed up and go door to door trick-or-treating.
That's I think every panel is like, we're here.
Yeah.
How do we get it started?
Yeah.
Let's get this trend going. Adult trick-or-treating, Then that's like, okay. That's
definitely.
Here's a beer. Here's like a brat. You know what I mean? Here's like a big turkey leg. Not candy.
When did you guys stop trick-or-treating?
So that's actually a story. I stopped trick-or-treating when I was like 11 or 12.
Because you were already 7.5 feet tall.
That was actually the case. So I was trick-or-treating with my friends. And so they get like a handful of candy. I got like a single piece. Like, you motherfucker, you're too old for this shit. I'm like, no, I'm the same age. I'm just really, really tall.
Sir, I'm none.
He's like out there shaving.
I'm in your son's class. You're my Boy Scout leader.
And
my story.
The flip side of this is that Jonathan and I can probably pull it off now.
I can do it now. You gotta get rid of the beard. They're like, it's a great. What is that, kid? What kind of glue do you use?
Just gonna take the mask off, and we're gonna keep walking.
How'd you get these wrinkles around your eyes?
I saw you just pull up in a truck like you were driving.
Dave, our kids are on the same t-ball team. Like, I know who you are.
My story is like the polar opposite of that. The last time I went trick-or-treating was when I was 17. It was me, 5 of our friends. We were all like 6 foot tall. We were hooligans. We all got white paint and black, like the black paint sticks, and painted our faces up like creepy as hell. And basically we just walked down the street and scared all our neighbors. I think we got like one person to give us candy. We got a lot of like people yelling, "Get out of here," from inside their house.
Did you smash pumpkins after everybody went inside?
We did not.
Was that you?
We were out for wholesome fun. We just didn't look like it, I guess. So.
They're probably afraid. They were afraid to answer the door.
Oh yeah,
freaks out there dressed like.
In hindsight, we looked pretty scary, but at the time, we were just wanting to have fun. So.
And the people who gave you candy are probably like, "Get the hell out of here!"
Yeah,
it's like threw it at you through the door.
Take it.
Just take the whole thing
on the phone, ready to dial 911.
Yeah,
I have a family, sir. Please don't.
Barbara, press 9 and 1.
Have it ready.
Yeah. If they jump, hit the other one.
Oh man.
I do love those houses that go above and beyond decorating. That's always cool to see.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
I don't have the
that's-
energy for that, but
Halloween is
up to
becoming
it,
I can't decide whether or not Halloween is getting bigger while simultaneously getting smaller. I can't figure it out. It seems like as far as like dollars and cents go, more money spent on it, but no one's participating in trick or treating anymore. It's the oddest thing.
Yeah.
I blame all you Christians.
It's just the one Christian.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
They've been Christians been unfairly persecuted. Okay.
Hey man.
I know we got some fans of the WNUF Halloween special in here.
Yeah, I love
Not
that
the second one.
No,
Not that second one.
No, not
I never saw the second
it's,
one.
It's just a ripoff of Ghostwatch.
No, it's not.
I don't mind, dude.
It's the farthest thing from that
I-
I've ever seen, man. I hate that comparison.
How is it not?
It's completely different. It's not portrayed as real. It wasn't aired live. It's like a nostalgic.
That's the same
experience.
exact story.
Well, the story in WNUF is just there to facilitate the
I mean, if you want to get
recreating
into
90s
it,
television.
they both ripped off a fucking EC Comics thing because there's an episode of Tales from the Crypt that goes about the same way.
You do know that the Tales from the Crypt television series you're referring to comes after Nightwatch, after Ghost.
Yeah, but the story that it's based, well, no, that wouldn't make any sense. Yep, never mind. Had to be adapted from something else. So how'd they do that? Well, no,
EC Comics were.
I know, but I'm trying to think. Was live broadcast television a thing back then?
in the 30s.
Yeah.
I
I don't even think people mostly had TV, but that was radio.
Yeah,
radio.
So maybe it was a radio thing they based it off of. But I knew it came from an EC comic story.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Dream knows what's up. He'll defend it with me.
Trunk or treating is a big thing here in Kentucky, or at least in my area of Kentucky.
Yeah, you got to keep the kids safe from the demons. So
Yeah.
Don't trust your neighbors.
See, that to me is
no,
like,
we need them at the church to save them from the demons.
That's trunk or treating is
heresy.
No, trunk or treating makes it easy to steal the kid. They're reaching for the kid in the trunk, just push him in, slam, sleep.
No, not at all. It doesn't have the easy access to the highway usually, like the Walmart parking lot does.
I mean, you got to chloroform the kid. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Nobody needs the kid, making noise. But it is.
I was going to go rewatch WNUF the other day. I can't find it anywhere. It used to be on Shudder, but now it's gone. So
I need to go buy it. Didn't
I
Spinnaker
sold
Skinner
that
do it?
blue, dude. It's out of print. I sold that Blu-ray for a chunk.
Yeah,
I love it when nerds.
I feel like I
spend
must
a
have
lot of
shuttered
money
it
on that
before
shit.
then.
Oh gosh, anybody else with the Halloween traditions? I think we went around the horn. Quentin, do you have any Halloween
me.
tradition? Go for it, man.
Well, this weekend I'm gonna probably maybe carve my pumpkins.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I was little, I'd go trick or treating a lot. Like when I lived in Illinois, they do trick or treating at night. In my subdivision neighborhood, like in my area.
What was one of your favorite costumes you dressed as for Halloween?
I don't know, probably skeleton.
Oh, it's a good one. It's always a good one.
Yeah, I know. Last year I went as Isaac, and then 2 years ago I went as Michael Myers.
Oh, can't go wrong with Myers. Now, let me ask you
I
guys.
to show you my Loomis impression.
Oh, go for it, please.
Yeah, I shot him 6 times. The evil is gone. The evil is gone. He's gone from here.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Wait, you guys want to get a picture? Ready?
Sure, let's take a picture. Let's take a
3,
group shot.
2, 1. Smile.
Oh, somebody left.
I got it. Oh man.
Somebody
got
is
it,
not.
man. All right.
Somebody is not photogenic. Who
got it.
left here? Let's call that person out. Who left? Oh, it was Chris.
It was Chris.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris,
he got no, he's back.
There's Big Chris.
Oh, now he's back.
Camera shy
Jesus
Chris.
Christ.
Camera shy Chris.
He's trying to
Also
avoid
want
the
to show you my
inevitable deep
ghost
fake.
face impression.
Look,
Okay,
you
go for
can't
it.
capture Bigfoot on
scary
film.
movie.
You can't.
Oh, that's too scary. Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys
What's your
this.
favorite scary movie?
Let me ask you guys this. Are they still trick-or-treating at night where you live, or are they doing it like during the day?
Oh, it's mixed for my area.
Mm.
They don't at all. I haven't had a trick or treater I had one trick or treater in the last 3 years, and that's really sad because
And
it
it was
used to
just
be
Chris
bumping
with no
out
mask.
here.
They would start it in my area, when you started, it would be light out.
Yeah.
And then they'd let it go for a couple hours, and toward the end it would get dark. But yeah. And then
Everybody's wrapped up by 7:30 now. It's done.
And I don't get we're doing trick-or-treating this year on the 28th. No, you trick-or-treat on Halloween.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was always that way. It didn't matter if it was a weekday.
Yeah, it's I don't what is this
Yeah,
not trick-or-treating on Halloween stuff anymore? I don't get that.
Well, nobody
Even
takes
if
it seriously as a holiday. You know?
yeah,
It's
I mean
true.
it's I don't,
Yeah.
Gotta go to school tomorrow. Gotta be in bed.
Yeah, I did then, but I did back
It
then
didn't matter,
too.
man. I was out till 9 when I was a kid on a school night. If it was
Dude.
Halloween, bro.
I always remember it being dark when I was trick-or-treating as a kid. Always.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's when the good stuff started. You would start, hitting a couple houses here and there during the daytime, but it really picked up at night.
Well,
Let's
exactly.
talk-
As well as when you hit those houses late at night, and they don't want the candy, they start pouring more into your bag.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of y'all ever get fruit at someone's
Yeah.
house?
Yeah.
You get an
Yeah,
apple,
like an
or
apple or-
orange,
I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
Or raisins.
Tangerine.
pencils.
Oh my God.
brother.
Pencils. Those people
Or,
are asking.
Hey,
Those
Sometimes it was
pencils-
at least a cool Halloween pencil. and I
yeah,
was
the
I'll
Halloween
accept
pencils
this.
with the rubber eraser heads on them. Those were
Okay,
dope.
okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Those were
That-
But I
Nice.
just got some number 2 pencils, dude. Just
Give you a toothbrush.
you're asking
I mean,
for an egg.
I've been
You
given
Remember
change
the
before.
McDonald's
Dental floss.
McDonald's gift
Dental
certificates?
floss.
yes, I do remember the McDonald's gift
those were
certificates. I never
awesome.
got any trick or
Those are
treating though.
Yeah.
You didn't?
No,
we got
dude.
them quite a bit. Free Happy Meal, baby. It
Oh,
was awesome.
Didn't you guys do you guys get Elmer's cheese puffs
We
by
talked
y'all?
about this, Christian, and you forgot to bring them up with you last year. So
Yeah.
please don't do this to me again.
Yeah. Well,
And tell me
they
how
had
awesome they are.
in St. Bernard Parish, we had a factory, and a number of people in my subdivision worked at the Elmer's factory. So literally, 5 or 6 houses on the main street in our subdivision, they'd give out little bags of Elmer's, and it was awesome. They have them by
So
me.
they
so
fell
I have
off
to
of a
bring some.
pallet.
Dude,
So-
they're dynamite and they're cheap, but they're
What about
so
the
good.
popcorn balls?
Between the cheese puffs and the glue, it's what choice do you want?
I'm not big on the prepackaged popcorn balls.
I don't like
homemade one is good, but I don't
Yeah.
like the.
I don't like aged popcorn, dude. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't like
like it-
popcorn
I
that's
like
been
young
around for a
popcorn.
minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a
about
very
it's about like
vintage
a
popcorn.
it's like a
Lost
rice
out.
cake, man. It's dry. You can't-
Yeah, no,
it
I
is.
like fresh popcorn. has
crunch
be
to it.
fresh.
Here's a question for you guys: is there something you only eat during Halloween time? The only time of year I'll
Oh,
eat
there
a
you go.
moon pie. I'll eat a moon pie on Halloween, but other than that,
I
I
have a
never
weird
get
one
moon
Well,
too,
dude,
pie.
that's
man.
just unfortunate for the rest of your year. Okay?
But
I should probably adopt
Then
a
it's
moon pie.
it's special. you
Mine
know?
is snowballs.
Snowballs?
Snowballs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are they orange for Halloween?
sometimes.
Snowballs are so good. Oh my
Yeah.
Yeah,
god.
they are. Do you take them apart, or
Mhm.
do you guys? Do you
I
take?
eat
I
'em.
like to take the cap off,
I
Oh,
eat them
no.
like
and then I eat the cap by itself.
I eat them like a cake, man. I'm not a savage.
They're
Did
good.
anybody? I'm sure everybody here remembers the Reese cup commercial where Dracula sucked the peanut butter out of the Reese
Oh
cup.
yeah.
Did anybody ever try to do
Mhm.
I'm
like
sure
a
I
little
did.
hole? Yeah,
That
I
seems
used,
like a very
Yeah.
kid thing to do, man. Like,
I used to do that all the time. Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't.
I'll tell you something else I noticed about like Halloween now. Like I remember pretty much almost nothing was official or licensed, like as far as like Halloween advertising goes, but like everything is accompanied by Michael Myers or Chucky or Jason, like anything from kids to adult marketing in Halloween now. It's all licensed stuff. There's no like just generic little Frankensteins or generic little
No more sharp
vampires.
banjos.
Yeah.
Oh god, dots. I used to like dots,
love
but
dots.
I
those
did
things,
too.
they
But
were
once I got
dynamite.
adult teeth,
yes, they're murder on your teeth. Like you've got to.
they probably helped you when you were in grade school. Get some of those, get some of them bitches loose.
Oh,
But
I put
But-
dots in
Still
ice
dots.
cream.
ooh.
Oh, that'd be good.
I actually really, I swear by it. Put them in ice cream, man.
really, what kind of ice
Yeah.
cream?
I get just cookie dough. That's like my favorite ice cream. Just vanilla with cookie dough, and I'll put dots in it and some crushed Oreos. And
So
dude, it's
regular
a party.
dots, the ghost dots, or like what kind of dots?
Just regular. I get the little rectangle box kind. Like I
Mhm.
kind of like at the movie theater. I get them at the store, and I just put some in my ice cream, dude. And it's dynamite.
Dude, how do you
Ghost
chew
dots-
that
the ghost
shit?
dots are cool, though.
Those
Just
guys.
nice
Is it
and
Come
slow.
out later,
You
it's
just
that
gotta,
point.
yeah, you just gotta take your time, brother.
That's
It ain't a
gotta be-
race,
Oh,
Because I mean,
Not
like,
rage.
the older
Jujubes
it
kind of
gets, I
thing.
can only imagine the more rock-like it becomes.
dude. It's
Oh, it would
dynamite.
be.
Just try it. Just don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'm saying.
I was
Dude,
I was
ain't got the
feeling
best dental coverage. I better not.
I was feeling adventurous not long ago, and I crushed up. I don't remember what these little fun size candy bars Jeremy gets. I don't remember what they were. Into like some frozen yogurt, and like immediately it became like rocks. I took a big bite. It's just like my teeth. Everyone just broke. It's just like
Inedible.
yeah. I was like, this is gonna be so good, and I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
ruined this whole thing of frozen yogurt. So
Well, I've got a question because me and Jonathan have debated this.
Sure.
Peanut butter kisses. In the orange and black wrappers. You know what I'm talking about?
I do not call
Yes.
them this, but I call
don't-
them the generic fucking peanut butter candy for Halloween.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
those.
Do y'all like them or no?
I do. I like them. Yeah.
I mean,
I
if
do.
it's sugar, I will eat it.
Yeah.
Dude, it always felt like some homemade shit to me, and I'm like, I don't trust these people.
Oh man, I love those things.
Any
Yeah.
nutrition facts on this? How much?
They're
I ate
weird.
a Mary Jane's
No
as a
nutrition
kid.
facts.
I don't even know how much
Dude,
cholesterol.
peanut M&Ms is my favorite Halloween candy. My
Oh,
favorite
those
was
are good too.
peanut M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, and
Mhm.
Skittles.
Did you
Oh,
ever
yeah.
have the sweet
Also
chili
Smarties.
peanut butter or the sweet chili peanut M&Ms?
Yep, those are
No.
good.
Those were amazing.
No, I've never had those.
So
Never
good.
There's
had
a limited
those
flavor
before,
run
man.
for like a couple years ago.
Yeah, but it was nice. The heat and the
Mhm.
sweet.
Yep.
Smarties. I love Smarties. Smarties are so good.
What are they in Canada? Like rockets or something like that? Because their Smarties are like sprees or something.
I remember sprees. Remember Shock Tarts?
I love
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
Shock Tarts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sour Punch straws.
Yep.
Mm.
Mm.
Just all the crack they fed us as children.
Yeah.
Remember bottle
yeah.
caps?
I love
yeah.
bottle
yeah.
caps,
Bottle
dude.
caps.
those
Oh,
are
yeah.
good.
I still like
Yeah.
bottle caps when they show
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
What about those little wax? Like they look like Coke
Oh,
bottles.
No.
like Mickey
No.
Mouse.
No.
No.
I ate those. Those are good.
I
You
mean,
spin the wax off, drink the juice. You're good.
Yeah.
they're fun for sure.
Yeah.
You feel like you're drinking
Yeah.
a tiny little soda. It's cool.
Yep.
Oh, I abhor licorice. Oh, I can't stand it. Can't stand
Ugh.
licorice.
Yeah, no.
Bit of
I
bit
want-
of honey, but
I want
licorice.
a bit of honey, but I
Bit
want,
of
I
honey's
want
good.
licorice.
Yeah, no licorice. No.
I'm trying to think.
Do
Fun
any
I
of you
never had
guys?
licorice.
dip was
No
nice
way.
to get. Sorry.
Do any of you
Fun
guys
dip's okay.
prefer red vines over Twizzlers?
100%.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I just got into the red vine community, and they've embraced me with open arms. But I
He
I've
even
never
got
had
his
these.
hair
They
to
were-
look
dude, they
like
were-
Did you find the
red
Reddit page or something?
no, I'm just kidding. But like I did get red vines for the first time, and like I thought they were gonna taste like Twizzlers. They don't.
No, they don't.
No.
They don't.
They're
No.
But
different.
I
They're
do
different.
like the red vines. But have you guys tried different flavors besides the standard red?
Yes.
And what is there a fan favorite or one that you
And I
guys
think
prefer
the
over?
cherry version of Twizzlers is pretty freaking good.
With like the cream inside of them, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
those are
Those are
good.
Last year there was a limited edition candy corn flavored Red Bug, and it was amazing.
I've been hearing about Nerds candy corn. I need to get a hold of some of that.
I like Nerds.
I
I
love
like
Nerds.
the I like the Nerds rope. You know the.
Didn't you guys
the-
do a video on that, Piz? You and Jeremy, the Nerds candy corn.
We might have.
Yeah, I imagine that. I feel
Yeah.
like you guys did.
I think
Jeremy
so.
liked
No, it was the Thanksgiving candy corn they did.
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
I remember just giving. I think, yeah.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
But Jeremy liked it.
Well, no, not all of it. There was some of it he didn't like.
That's true.
Some of it, God, I don't know. That kid. I don't know. That's
I need to do a tier list with him sometime of like the stuff you guys have tried.
We do. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Jeez.
Piz, what are your Halloween traditions?
Oh, they've kind of changed throughout the years. I mean, my favorite was there was a number of years where like I really got back into Halloween hardcore and decorate the house every year. Jeremy and I'd dress up. We'd hand out tons of candy. Like you're doing it right when a parent drags a kid kicking and screaming up to your door to get candy. You're doing it right. That happened a lot. Or like parents would stop and be like, "Can we take pictures with you all?" So that became a big deal. And like every year, like toward the end of August, I would get that itch and I'd be like, "Oh, it's almost time. And
Would
every
you dress
year,
up?
oh, of course. Oh yeah. We dressed up every year. Always bought new Halloween decorations, which is funny because when I was cleaning out my storage room, I just found, enough decoration. Halloween and Christmas decorations could have decorated the White House like 3 times over. It was an enormous amount of decorations back there. So we did that for many years, and that was a lot of fun. Where we live now, we don't get any trick-or-treaters, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I still decorate the house. We still decorate the house, and you know what I mean. It's still a big deal, but
I really miss like really cheap Halloween decorations from the 90s because they were just made like dog crap back then.
They were.
I'd argue they were made
These
better.
trash
Though,
bags
some of
that's
them.
like a jack-o'-lantern on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. I'm talking like paper skeleton. Like,
Dude,
all
City
that. I
loves
miss
all
all
that
that.
stuff. She loves.
But those,
We go to Spirit and get those little cheap Halloween masks, not like masks, but the ones with the little.
Me and Chris were
band
talking
behind
about
it.
that the other day. Those are the vacuum form masks. Those are actually kind of cool.
We have City has every one of them in our bedroom on the wall. She loves
There's a
them.
really cool like alien, like xenomorph skull thing. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Are you talking about the vintage ones, Christian?
Like we got Frankenstein, Dracula. We got an
Yeah.
old pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern face.
I'm
a
thinking
witch.
about starting a collection of those.
Dude,
They're so cool.
they're so. Oh, and you can get those little LED lights that have like the M3 tape on the back, hanging on the wall. Lift it up, put the light behind it.
Oh, that's
turn the
nice.
remote, turn on, and it'll illuminate a globe through the.
Oh yeah.
I've got to get
We
that.
got it,
Corey,
dude. I got it set up in there, brother.
I got to get that Corey Cunningham mask.
In the horror movie room?
I need a woman like that.
Dude, I saw the Ents mask at Spirit.
I'm giving one away, Jonathan. Just go comment on the video, and you're in.
I'm thinking about dressing up as Corey at my job because all I need is a blue sweater and the mask and maybe a corkscrew if I wanted to go all out.
There you go. Hell yeah. There you go.
The face of fear, man.
Did you guys get the
Jeremy and I did Bean Boozled one time. And
I bet he was.
I remember that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I do remember that.
I absolutely love those little articulating skeletons.
I have no joke, like 40 of these.
Hell yeah.
Hang it on the door.
Those are cool.
Dude, they're the best.
Oh,
The
yeah.
best.
I have a plastic one that glows in the dark. It's hanging over my living
Ooh,
room
dude,
couch
what's up
right
with
now.
that? Nothing glows in the dark anymore. In the 90s, everything could glow in the dark.
Yeah, because it's all toxic.
I figured we would have furthered this technology by now.
Yeah, dude.
Radiation's a thing.
I mean, I think that's the problem with people today. They're just not toxic. I mean, well, I was going to say they're not toxic enough. I think they're too toxic in the wrong ways. They need that internal, that the chemical toxicity. So,
It'll big paint you. Ain't no big deal.
yeah. Anything else you guys want to discuss before we call tonight?
Me? I know like the Halloween commercials back in like
nice.
the 90s were like super scary. Super scary. Back in like the 90s Halloween commercials. I've seen like videos of it like on YouTube, even like 70s Halloween commercials, really really scary. 80s Halloween commercials, really scary. I really love those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do remember that
the
when
80s
you brought
was a
up
great
about
decade for horror.
It wasn't really, but we pretend it was.
Oh, it was. It was. Don't worry.
It really wasn't. It destroyed everything that was cool about the 70s.
What were you going to say, Swaggy?
No, you mentioned Dracula biting the Reese's cup. I do remember that commercial now. You mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah. Any plans for Halloween this year, you guys? You just movie marathon and just
Trick or treating.
Trick or treating.
Might even do a Halloween Michael Myers Halloween marathon 1 through 6, the producer's cut, just like always.
Nice.
So Lauren's doing this.
I always do those throughout the year too.
Not likely.
Where do you?
Yeah, I remember like the end of.
Go ahead, Quentin.
I remember like the end of the producer's cut of Halloween 6 when Tommy's like setting those rocks down on the floor, and then Tommy just croaks out and then like when Dr. Loomis comes back, goes to take the mask off, he discovers it's Dr. Wynn, and Wynn passes the curse on the Dr. Loomis, and we see Michael Myers walking through a hallway in the Man in Black costume. That was lit. That was legitimately awesome. Because of the score, Yeah, like it was like Carpenter's. It was like the score was like by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth.
Love me some Halloween 6.
Yeah.
Christian, what are you?
This whole.
Go ahead, man. Sorry. Oh, he's gone.
And like this whole Thorn cult thing with those robes, kind of like what Christian saw that night, like I remember like the cult that Christian encountered, they had robes. Oh man, the cult was like in some kind of robes, and they're like in the shape of like behind the shape of a star.
Wait a minute, Christian, you encountered a cult somewhere?
God is my witness.
It was in an abandoned school.
I swear to God.
Yeah, man, and they were sacrificing animal. They sacrificed an animal.
It was an abandoned school. I don't want to say the name of it because it's private property. Although somebody DM me after I talked about this online and said, "Is this the school?" And they found it. But yes, I did. And sure enough, I saw a group of people and they had like a candle ritual thing, and I hightailed it out of there. It scared the hell out of me.
Look, Christian, there's only 6 schools in Louisiana. It's easy to figure it
out. Well,
the one with all the dead cats in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lauren would have a field day with that.
So it's the one with the big bloody pentagram. What are you and Sydney planning on doing for Halloween this year, Christian?
More than likely, just taking it easy. I don't know what we'll watch. If we get some we're always set up for trick or treaters. Sometimes we get 1 or 2. Sometimes we don't get any. Just hang out, watch a bunch of movies, and take it easy. So, just pretty much every other day, except it's Halloween, which is nothing to complain about.
Jonathan, what you got planned for this Halloween?
A little bit of trick or treating. Probably finish Creep Show season 4.
Okay, all right.
Probably be a nice little way to cap it off.
All right. What about you, Swaggy?
Oh man, the same as everybody else. Just gonna chill out, watch some good movies. I tell you one thing I haven't seen in a long time, but I loved was whenever Bravo did that countdown of the 100 greatest scary moments in movie history. I always remember that was like leading up to not Christmas, to Halloween. I always thought that was such a neat thing. Yeah.
Yes.
I wish that was kind of redone now, but for a more, the newer movies.
Well, they did the Shudder kind of did it over.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, 101 scariest movie moments.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Texas Chris, what are you and Sam doing this Halloween?
Handing out candy to kids, telling them to put the candy in the basket a little, get the hose again. You know, just simple traditional stuff.
Okay.
Are you going as a Bigfoot? Because, come on.
No, that'd be too expensive for that amount of a fursuit. Also, it's hot in Texas. So I think this year I'm going to try and find my old Ernest costume.
Do you know how
Nice.
many, if you had a good, I may finance a good Sasquatch costume for you, because we could just put you in the woods and so many people would say they saw Bigfoot.
Well, didn't that just happen?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
some
happened in
dudes
Colorado.
on a train
I
saw
need to if
Bigfoot
I'm
just
gonna do
chilling
this,
out on a hill.
I need to go to like a non-2A state if I'm going to do this.
Oh yeah, it definitely had to be like, we go Illinois. That seems really reasonable.
Chris, what about you? What are you doing this Halloween season?
About the same. I mean, I kind of wish I had a reason to dress up, but that's kind of gone away because we don't have trick-or-treaters. So it's just getting to the point now where it's just my staple movies.
Okay.
That's about it.
Cool. Lauren.
Yeah, again, it's nice. The day isn't all that important to me. It's the days leading up to it. I don't know. I don't really make a plan until the day of, and then I usually disappoint myself. So that's the thing, I guess.
Watch Halloween 6, the theatrical cut, and then Halloween 6, the producer's cut.
No, which Halloween ends, Lauren?
Dude, the
Dude,
producer's
what's
cut's way
Halloween?
better.
I'm
Halloween ends.
Halloween.
listen,
Halloween ends.
if you guys
Halloween
want
ends.
to
Halloween ends. Yeah.
We will
if
be.
you guys want to
We will be. I will
go
see you again someday.
start a GoFundMe.
Hey,
If it reaches, what do you think is a fair amount of money to?
$5, dude. Come on.
this thing got $500 to watch Hobgoblin.
Dude, $5.
No, make it 20. Make it 20. Pay for his copy of the movie.
I'm not.
At least.
No, I don't own this thing.
What's your address?
You will
I'll mail
after
it to
you
you.
see it. I guarantee you that.
I don't know.
Dude, you will.
10 grand? Yeah, okay. So
Oh.
come up with 10 grand between now and Halloween, and I will watch Halloween Ends, and I will do a live reaction to it for 10 grand.
Somebody send Lauren a digital code. Come on. I know
I'm
somebody
not
out there's
wa-
got a
no.
digital code. Come on.
Dude, it's not like the movie's not available to me. It's not, that's not
He'll
the
rip
problem
up
here.
the digital code.
I really have no desire to ever.
Lauren
see
has
a
an old
Halloween
baby
movie.
Ruth that he wants to seal in resin.
It's in Three Musketeer bar.
Oh,
Oh.
that's the.
Why do you want to seal it in resin?
So there's a video on my
There's a
channel that
story.
I animated about this, but
Yeah, it was
so
good.
my sister and I went trick or treating one year, and we would go house to house, which for us was quite a walk between houses. It would be like our entire route was probably like a 10-mile walk, and we'd hit maybe, I don't know, 30 houses during that time. It wasn't a lot. One house, which was a friend of my grandmother's, so we only were supposed to go to the houses we knew. We went to a mall, but we were only supposed to. But this was a safe house, right? So we walk up and we literally get up there and we're like, trick or treat. And the woman that answers is a friend of my grandmother's, and she comes out and she has full candy bars, right? She drops a Three Musketeer bar into my bag, which is my sister's favorite candy. My sister lights up. She's happy, puts out her bag. This woman manages to find a pecan nut roll. Drop it. It's not even candy. It's like health food from a bygone era, and throws it in my sister's bag. And my sister's appalled, but is trying to be very polite. Yeah. Oh, thank you. But you can see she's boiling angry. So we walk back and we do the tradition. If you had a sibling for Halloween, whereas at the end you dump out all the candy on the floor, and then the negotiations start, right? Oh, I got more of the little Twizzlers in the cellophane, but you got more of this, so we'll trade for that. She wanted this Three Musketeer bar so badly, and I would not trade her anything for it because she kept trying to make really shitty trades. She knew it. If it was 4 Reese's, I would have been like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, that's cool. Do that. But it was never that. It was always like, here's the generic candy that looks like it's made of wax. No, I'm not going to trade it. I didn't want the Three Musketeer bar either because I don't particularly like them. But I knew I wanted to get something for it. Like my earliest business instincts were coming out. Short story, the short version of this is she never got that Three Musketeer bar, and I still have it.
Yeah, you
And
do
it's-
need to preserve that. That's
Yeah, I'm
insanely
gonna
special.
seal it in lucite, and then I'm gonna frame it on the wall so that she has to see it every time she visits.
You should give it to her.
No,
Yeah, eat it now.
she never gets it. Maybe on her deathbed, I'll walk into the hospital
Ooh.
room and just drop it.
That's your last action.
And her last words then can be, "Fuck you, brother."
That's oddly beautiful.
That is beautiful. Beautiful.
Do you guys want me to go get the Three Musketeer bar? I can.
I don't
do
want
it.
to see that, even if
Okay,
alive.
hold on.
Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Will I mention that?
Yeah, dude, Lauren, you should go get it.
So Jeremy and I are going to be doing our Halloween stream on Halloween Day at 1 p.m. Jeremy will be in costume. I don't know if I'm going to be in costume or not, but Jeremy will be in costume.
Is it
So.
still a secret? Is Jeremy a secret? Is it a secret costume?
It's no, it's not a secret. He's going to be Goku
What's
from
Jeremy's
Dragon Ball Z.
costume?
Nice.
Very cool.
But yeah, we've only a select few people have actually seen the photos of Jeremy as Goku. It's pretty intense. It's pretty.
That
intense.
is nice. Super Saiyan. I'm assuming.
Regular black hair.
Okay. Yeah, black hair. Yeah, I'm not.
His Prince portrayal was legendary.
Hold on.
Prince is
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's
That's-
amazing.
That's not real
They
life.
didn't even make Three Musketeers that look like that in my lifetime.
That ain't real
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
Wow.
They've
Dude, is
always
that what
been
it
that,
looked like back in the day?
Real American value, baby.
Dude,
Is that wax paper around it? Is
taste
that
test. Taste test.
How much for you to take a bite of that?
A
10,000?
lot more than to watch Halloween ends.
That and like an old Coke.
That's a Three Musketeer bar from 1986.
Wow. Oh crap. That's not what I want. There we go.
There we go.
Start sealed in its baggie.
Wow.
Oh,
Look
it's
at
got
the
a baggie.
pieces.
It has a baggie.
Dude.
Hell
The
yeah.
amount of time you've had to keep up with that thing is impressive.
Oh, this is a long play for this gag.
It's like, have you seen Dinosaur Dracula? I mean, it's nothing.
That's
I wonder
true.
if you swallowed that, what your stomach would do with
You'd
that.
get realism immediately.
I think you'd.
I think he'd be all right.
I think you become a Ware Three Musketeer bar.
Yeah. That's
Would
it.
it just go straight
I turn
through
into a
you?
shitty piece of candy every time there's a full moon.
Lord have mercy.
Never in
Lord.
danger of getting eaten.
Well, let's go around the horn here. And Christian, where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, you can, Planet CHH is pretty much all my handles. I mostly use Instagram. I have Twitter, and my YouTube channel, of course. I do have You Need a Candles. You can find us there on Instagram too. We've got some stuff still for sale right now. We're gonna start getting ready for the Thanksgiving season. Get all kinds of melts and stuff ready for that. So, and you go to youneedacandles.com. Find us on there.
People
So-
are calling it the spirit Halloween of your horror movie candle selection.
I
is what I'm
appreciate that.
hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
I appreciate that. It's
Yeah.
gone very well. I'm very proud of it. So that's where you can find me, guys.
Lauren, where can we find you on social media?
At Lauren Dixon on the Twitter. YouTube is Visited by Voices 1, where we do not enough stuff. And of course, Amazon.com for all my fiction. Divide by Zero is still the most recent, although hopefully there's going to be a very exciting announcement very shortly that should affect all of you in about a year.
Cool.
Excellent.
Swaggy, where can we find you, sir?
Okay. So
I'm only on Instagram, and it's under John's Cool World. So check it out if you get a chance.
Takes beautiful photos.
Yeah, some lovely photography on there.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And Chris, congratulations on the new business. That's awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, man.
It's really impressive.
I feel the love, man. I really appreciate everybody too.
Yeah. Quentin, where
Yeah.
can we find you on social media?
on Instagram, you can find me at Quentin Loves Horror Movies 2015. I'm also on Twitter, and you can also find me on YouTube.
Cool.
My
Right
YouTube
on.
channel is called Quentin Loves Strains and Horror Movies 2015, and my Twitter account is Quentin Loves Horror Movies 2015. I think I'm gonna go on my Twitter account right now to see. And before, yep, my Twitter account is Quentin Loves Horror Movies 2015.
Cool. All right. Awesome. And Chris, the new businessman, where can we find you? Where can we find Retro Crypt?
Well, Slasher Home Video is my YouTube channel, and retrocryptco.com is the new store site. Go check it out. Buy stuff.
Buy my shit.
There you go. Jonathan, where can we find you?
At the moment, I'm retired. So you can't. I'll just pop up from every now and then.
Okay. All right. All right. And Chris, where can we find you?
On Twitter at Bonus Pretzel, on Instagram at John's Cool World. You can find me there. Just no, I'm kidding. Instagram for me is that tall guy CZ.
We do some shout outs here. Shout out to Horror Orman, Envy Davler, Nocturnal 91, Astro Juicy, and OG Micro Penis for watching over on Twitch. God, I love that name.
The original gangster.
Wow.
I'm jealous.
the original Micro
The original micro penis. Every other
Man.
one's an imitation.
Oh
Damn.
man.
Whew. Shout out to Francis Chainsaw Grim for becoming a channel member. Thank you very much. Shout out to David Gordon Green. That's right, guys. David Gordon Green was here earlier. He dropped a $10 super chat.
Giving you some of that sweet Exorcist believer cash.
I know. Exactly. So
Yeah.
shout out to him. Big shout out to him. Woke Creepy Kentuckian, shout out for the $2 super chat. And Matt, Dream Emulator, thank you for the $4.99. Let's see who's still with us here on YouTube. We got, oh my God, I was about to read that last name. I'm glad I didn't.
Yep.
Ben Grimm is still here with us. Justin Smith, Barney Likes Beer, Go Seek Find, Bog Zombie, Mekhara, Corey Feldman's Tooth, Watermelon Sprite, Caveman Movies and More Art, Pillow Fort, Sheebie Jeebies, Evil Ash. Let's see. A lot of interesting characters in the chat tonight. Mark Striano, Cable Channel 11, our buddy Jess, Stephen LaPierre. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in.
Jess Graham.
Yeah, right on. All right, and thank you
Shout
guys.
out to Jess Graham.
Yes, indeed. And
also, let's give a shout out to our buddy Nick from the Lost River Drive-In.
I'm not sure we should be shouting at people.
We're very peaceful community.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to Nick too. Why not?
Yeah, even if he didn't show up tonight.
I know, that son of a gun. And shout out to all you fine folks for hanging out with me on the panel and being patrons. I appreciate the support. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you again in the very near future. And until then, peace.
Peace out.